quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's good to be back with everyone. Hope that life is treating you alright. If you haven't cast your vote yet for your favorite new reveal / pre-order, go ahead and cast that vote now. Penguin for president. It's nice to have you here, Wings of Fire Club 2.0. Welcome to our stream, and yeah, we're going to be talking about some of the new DC Multiverse stuff that's up for pre-order. That's up for pre-order now. I wasn't initially going to make a video about this, but then I noticed that after making the video that I did and seeing that, you know, some of the stuff that we're getting for pre-order is maybe a little different quality than what we initially thought it was, that it might be worth going back to and talking about again. So that's what I was thinking of doing today. Anyway, how you guys doing? I hope life's alright for everyone right now. Life's been alright for me. Mostly just kind of taking in the new year, and I started working on a couple of things. I have a couple of Batman videos that I'm working on. One is Rebirth Batman, the other one is Azrael Armor Batman. Just gotta work. Oh, that's awesome, man. I hope your new job is going well. Got about maybe another minute on this poll here, and then we're going to close up shop on that, and we're going to get back to the business of talking about this stuff. And, well, of course, one of the ones in question that everyone was talking about when we saw was Mr. Freeze. And a lot of people don't like this one anymore now. And initially, a lot of people really enjoyed him. And here's the thing. Like, he doesn't really look all that much different from his promo photograph. He looks pretty much the same. I think that, I don't know, people just hate on McFarlane's DC Multiverse just to hate, it seems like. Because the sculpt, I think it looks fine. It looks like one version of Mr. Freeze. Although it is kind of ironic they are using a different version of Mr. Freeze's design for the trading card, as opposed to what they used for the action figure. What they used for the action figure did appear in comics at some point, but obviously it just doesn't match with the card. And why they did that, I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Stephanie, you picked up Talon today? That's awesome. How you liking Talon? I initially criticized that one a little bit. And, well, I guess I criticized him for being kind of plain. Which, you know, he is kind of plain. I wish he had a little bit more panache in terms of design. Alright, let's end the poll, guys, and let's see what you guys thought. Master, how you doing, dude? Alright, looks like everyone's favorite new DC Multiverse reveal is Mr. Freeze of all the ones that we've seen. Talon is awesome in person. Alright. I don't have Talon. Oh, whack. I don't have Talon, obviously. I don't know. The latest DC Multiverse action figure I think I've gotten is maybe Power Ring, or else it's Azrael. I think it's Azrael Armor Batman is the latest one that I got. I don't know, I haven't been getting a lot of stuff recently. I've mostly been focusing on other people during the Christmas season. So, that kind of slowed down what I was doing. At Target, he's 2 per case. Oh, well, that's not a lot, it seems like, but yeah, if you want to pick up Talon, I guess, was he easy to get? Or did you just, like, nab him when they were unpacking all the crates at Target? Stephanie, tell us what you do. Are you like one of the workers that decides to sneak one out of the box as you're opening it? So they never actually make it to the shelf? Because that's kind of a pro gamer move, although it is kind of a... Is it tacky? I don't know. It might be a little tacky. Better go this weekend, you want one? Yeah, I mean, on the general releases, they're generally fine to get, because they keep releasing them over and over again. It's the gold label ones that are a little bit of a nightmare. Because when the gold label ones come, they kind of just come in like one wave and then they disappear. And I kind of want the Defiance Deathstroke, and I want the gold label Kyle Rayner. So I got to get myself over to Target eventually if I want to get either of those two. Wings of Fire Club says the latest one he got was Superwoman, and you think you have a crush on her. Some guy actually made a comment on my new top 10 video, or not top 10, top 5. The top 5 worst McFarlane DC Multiverse of 2022 is actually doing really well right now. And it's doing incredible numbers, and I can't figure out why. I guess because people are trying to find someone talking smack about DC Multiverse, and I'm not talking smack about it. It's legitimate criticism. I don't know. But, yeah, the video's doing great, and I'm very happy for it. Stephanie can't say whether or not she nabs it out of the case. Okay, well, of course not. Mum's the word, Stephanie. That's perfect. Superwoman. Some guy actually thought that I was kidding when I listed her as one of my best of DC Multiverse of 2022. And I don't know why people would think, anyone would think I was kidding about that, because she's really, really good. She's amazing. The moment I saw her, I said, wow. I didn't feel that way about Ultraman. I like him a lot better in person than I did when I saw the promo photographs. But when I saw the promo images, wow, what an action figure that was. She was really tight. Master says over here that he could not get his hands on Shazam Gold Label. I had multiple opportunities to get my hands on Shazam Gold Label, and ultimately I just didn't. Because I wasn't really feeling like the Shazam Gold Label was all that great. I thought about getting him. I had a couple of chances, and I just went, And I could kind of sense that I didn't really want him all that badly, and then I ran some numbers to see if maybe he'd perform well on YouTube. And it just didn't seem like he was doing all that well on YouTube, so ultimately I skipped him. Usually it's the best bet with DC Multiverse is Batman stuff. So I always enjoy seeing new Batman villains. And Mr. Freeze for me right here. And Miguel, yeah, I agree that Mr. Freeze is looking pretty good. I don't know why people are suddenly talking smack about him. Like I said, people, when they first saw Mr. Freeze here revealed, they loved him. They thought he looked great. And, you know, they were kind of giving him backhanded compliments saying, oh, it's pretty good for McFarlane. But come on, that Mr. Freeze is pretty tight. I mean, he comes with his freeze gun, he comes with a little ice effect. The sculpting looks really nice. It looks like it's all original. Yeah, I like it. Obviously, I have to play around with him a little bit to actually do any kind of review of him, but as it is, this is like the must-have for me out of all these new ones. I have to have this Mr. Freeze. One, he's a Batman villain. Two, he's just awesome. Look at that sculpt. He's so cool. Eddie over here says that at least Mr. Freeze actually comes with his gun. Yes, and I know that that's been an issue for all of us DC fans out there because of the no guns mandate that McFarlane's been under for the longest time now, like 2 years now almost. Initially, they were able to include guns, and I've got a couple of action figures that do have guns, like Flashpoint Batman and the Rebirth Joker that they did initially, among others. But, hey, Collected Disconnect, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you. Glad you're here, man. He's got some massive hands. Well, comic book characters in general, Master, have massive hands. That's just the way that they've been drawn for a long time, so to be fair, it is pretty accurate to how he would look in a comic book. Like, in comic books, the hands are generally drawn to be about the same size as their head when the fingers are fully extended. They do that on purpose to give them kind of larger-than-life proportions. So, I don't really have a problem with the larger hands. I think they look good on Mr. Freeze, and he looks very much like a comic book character, which is, you know, what you're looking for in something like this. Wings of Fire Club says that there was this time he was mad at yourself because you didn't buy Martian Manhunter at Target, the gold label one. You know, my girlfriend got me the Martian Manhunter while she was at Target because she, well, she found it, and she asked me, hey, do you want this? I said, what? Well, yes, I do. Thank you very much. So I got Martian Manhunter, and I gotta do a review of him too. I got a whole backlog of action figures I gotta get to. It's just, now that there hasn't been any news recently and things have kind of slowed down, I feel like I can finally get a few more reviews done, and that's gonna be pretty awesome, I think. Mel, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. Master, yeah, you're right about Shazam. I thought you were talking about Mr. Freeze because he's there on my monitor, but you know, sorry. I guess I bungled that one. Mark NC over here says he's getting Red Hood with finger gun. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You know the finger gun stuff? Like Penguin had, Colin Farrell Penguin from the Batman, and Red Hood. Like they don't have guns, but instead they got these, you know, finger guns, like pew 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 type stuff. This somehow I like less than just not getting guns altogether. Like they get this and it just feels like a joke is being pulled on me. Like, why? Why would they even bother? I guess it's kind of funny, but you know, when you're buying an action figure for what, $20, somehow it doesn't feel funny. Let's take another look at some Mr. Freeze stuff here. I want to take a look at him, what he looks like when he's all close up and he's holding his gun. Yeah, this is really cool stuff. Let's zoom in, take a look at some of these details. Oh yeah. Oh, this is really cool. Like, for $20, this is a yes for me. Looks like the paint apps are fairly clean. I mean, you know, the paint apps are only going to be so clean on something like this. I haven't seen much of Mr. Freeze, and I don't want to expose myself to any reviews or anything before I actually get him. I am wondering what the head articulation is going to be like, if any. If it's anything like the old DC Universe stuff, we're going to be able to turn the body and the head will just, like, stay put. McFarlane, a master over here says that he can't wait for McFarlane to make Question and Watchmen. I wonder if he'll ever get around to those characters, or whether he's got to deal with some rights issues with Alan Moore or something to make Watchmen. I don't know. Well, to be fair, I think that he probably just has to deal with DC on that one, considering that they made a TV show and everything. Let's see here. Hey, Jaeger, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you. Hope life is treating you guys all right. Some people review... Okay, Stephanie says that some people reviewed Mr. Freeze here, and the helmet is foggy, the plastic is not clear. How funny is it that the helmet on Mr. Freeze is fogging up? Well, I guess that's what happens when you have extreme cold on one side of the glass and then, you know, heat on the other side. Weird stuff happens. So what you're saying is it's a lot like a car windshield. Well, I hope it's not that bad when I get them, and maybe they just had a lemon or something. I don't know. I hate to say stuff like that, like, oh boy, I hope I don't get a lemon. But yeah, I hope I don't. Well, if he's no good when I get him, I guess we'll note that in the review, because, you know, I'm not going to tell you guys any lies about him. I'm not going to make believe that he's good if he actually isn't. Yeah, that's the thing about DC Multiverse, is even more so than Marvel Legends, when you get these things, you really have to see them in person to make any judgments, because they always look so much better, DC Multiverse does in person than they do in photographs. Like, collect a disconnect, they need some windshield wipers. He really does. That might improve his costume like tenfold. If they, I hope they would do a variant like that. Yeah, release a Mr. Freeze that has some windshield wipers. I'll buy that in a heartbeat. Yeah, no questions asked. I'm a sucker. Mel says you can move the head, but in the preview they said it prevents the helmet from going back on. Okay. So maybe we don't want to play around with the helmet too much. Okay. Yeah, Miguel, I heard that McFarlane's going to be making some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, which... God, do we need another company making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, there's already so many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures. And if there was one other brand that I would review outside of what I normally talk about, which is obviously Marvel and DC stuff, it would probably be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just, you know, it's one of those brands that I've had a good relationship for a long time with. I've read the original comic books, haven't read all the comic books. I guess what's preventing me from doing it is that I haven't consumed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles media in a long time, and I haven't consumed, like, most of what they have. So I feel like my knowledge base might be a little bit lacking in that area, but I might be able to do it, because I do have some knowledge. I don't know, it's something I would have to think about. Oh, always give me more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, so Mark NC over here can't get enough Ninja Turtles. To which I say, you know what? Respect. Yeah, if you just got to get that Ninja Turtles in you, then you cowabunga, bro. It's pizza time. Get it any way you can. Master says that the gold label Dead Man doesn't come with a flight stand. Yeah, he does not. And I don't think he was ever pictured with one. He comes with a bunch of ghost effects and stuff. Oh god, Wings of Fire. I hope that McFarlane never makes a HasLab. Please, for the love of God, I never want to see a HasLab from him. It would be really funny for the Penguin to be the first one, no doubt. I would love to see a Penguin Ducky, but I really don't want to see crowdfunding projects from McFarlane. Like, I know that he's already done one for Spawn and stuff, but I really don't need to see a DC one. Okay, Collect a Disconnect over here says he just pre-ordered the NECA Ronin. Need to read the books. We're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin, right? I haven't read that story, and I don't know much about it, but I saw the action figures. Playmates made one. That looked pretty neat, and NECA's looks pretty neat, too. Wait. Okay. Collect a Disconnect says that he rarely has any QC issues with... and anything the figure gods have been watching over him. Yeah, I haven't, well, I've had some QC issues with McFarlane toys. I'm not gonna lie about that. Year 2 Batman was an absolute mess. And speaking of Year 2 Batman, let's just bite the bullet and look at Hush Batman over here, because you know what? There's Hush Batman, and, boy. We're seeing that Year 2 Batman body again, and, you know, I already said in the video that I made about these that I don't know about Hush Batman because it's using the Year 2 Batman body, and I'm really not feeling all that confident, especially after seeing some of the photographs that people have been posting. Like Stephanie over on our members-only Discord posted a picture of Hush Batman with infected Superman and Hush Superman. And Hush Batman next to Hush Superman, he's like a whole head taller, dude. This is just, they gotta get rid of this body. They gotta do away with it, because the Year 2 body is no good. It's way too tall. Like, normally I say the scaling isn't that bad on McFarlane DC Multiverse, but on year 2 Batman, it's too much. It's way too much. The Hush Batman left shoulder. What about the left shoulder? Swinging. Swinging wants the Gladiator Batman. Freeze depends on more reviews. I'm probably going to review him because, yeah, Mr. Freeze is one that I absolutely want. Wings of Fire here says that when you're done playing with Mr. Freeze, put him in your freezer. And it'll tell you your food. You know what killed the dinosaurs. With just a string of Mr. Freeze puns over here. Oh, man. Stephanie's really calling it here. Year 2 Batman is DC Multiverse's Bucky Cap. Because they just can't stop releasing him. They've released him like, how many? They've released him like 3 different times now other than his original release. There was the original release. There was the Hush Batman 2-pack. There was the Bat Family 5-pack. There was the 3 Jokers series. And now there's Hush Batman. And guys, this body is no good. They gotta stop. And I don't even know why they keep leaning into it, because this has been a thing since day one, these gauntlets here. I can't stand the painted on gauntlets that they're doing. They used to actually sculpt on Batman's gauntlets, but this, nah, I'm not there for it, fam. And this torso, I don't think that the torso has gotten any improvements, because on the original year 2 Batman, the torso does not move back at all. It has virtually no movement. It kind of has a little bit of twist from side to side, so you can make him, look over to the side like he's Michael Keaton being Batman. But yeah, the torso is no good. And obviously people had a bunch of issues with some bicep swivels. That was like the #1 issue for a lot of people on year 2 Batman. Ironically, I didn't have that issue personally, but I did have an issue with the shoulders. Because once I was trying to switch out the arms on year 2 Batman, the pegs are like these little thin balls on a very... are these kind of giant balls on a very thin stand. And when you push them into the peg hole, it can potentially cause some damage because it takes a lot of force to drive those arms in there. Oh, Mel, you're a sucker for blue and gray Batman action figures. I'm sorry, man, because I just can't get on board with this. These legs aren't working for me, bro. I mean, look at this. His diaper just kind of looks all weird. It looks like they tried to make it longer, but they didn't really make it work because the legs are just so long. Egg Toddy says that sounds so wrong in different contexts. Well, I don't know how else to phrase it. I'm sorry, Egg Toddy. The best part about this one is the head. It really is. The best part is absolutely the head, maybe the cape, and also, he's got some Batarang accessories. Here, check it out. He comes with 2 Batarangs here, and also a very neat addition is that he comes with this Kryptonite ring. I did not realize he came with a Kryptonite ring. Also, I didn't realize that they were still doing Kryptonite rings and stuff after, Lex Luthor. Well, we all know what happened to Lex Luthor after a long period of time wearing his Kryptonite ring. I guess it's okay if you just wear it once in a while. But, yeah. Lex Luthor, he unfortunately lost an arm because of his... Or a hand, or was it a hand or an arm because of his Kryptonite ring? It's been so long I don't remember. Patrick, how you doing, dude? It's good to see you. Wings of Fire Club is 100% right. Year 2 Batman is a total mess. It's probably my least favorite DC Multiverse action figure. And I just gotta say, I really want McFarlane to stop using it. They gotta get a new basic Batman body. Then they gotta scale it down a little bit, because year 2 Batman, like we saw next to Hush Superman, he's way too tall. And for a Hush Batman with a Hush Superman, for Batman to be so much taller than Superman, it's no good. Just retire it. Get rid of it. It was no good from day one. Alright, let's look at, like, the Joker. And, I don't know how I feel about the Joker. I kind of like the Joker. The Joker, I think it might be using legs from the 3 Jokers action figures, but it looks slightly different to me. But it doesn't look bad. I kind of like it. You want a new Superman body too? Well, I know right where you're at there, Collect a Disconnect, because if we go and look at the Superman bodies here, let's go find the search function here. This is the latest Superman that they've done, Hush Superman. And this was a McFarlane store exclusive. Hold on, just wait a second. Okay, we got it. This was the latest Superman that they did, and this used the infected Superman body that a lot of people like, but I didn't feel very strongly about it because he's got those bow legs. Now, the thing of it is that I think that Ultraman had a better body. And here, if you take a look at this, Ultraman doesn't have that bow-leggedness, and it feels like a better base for a Superman body. Like, if we take a look at this, there he is, and what does he look like full body? Ultraman, this was a Target exclusive. I don't see the same issue with the bow legs on this, and I think he looks very good. You look up and down, he looks like he's reasonably well proportioned, and he's got that kind of big gap. It doesn't look quite as bad in real life, but I definitely think it's better than this release, because I just can't do it. Like, his arms look like they're all crooked, his legs look like they're all crooked. They're using a year one McFarlane body, and they're still using it 2 years forward. Stephanie says he's okay. He should have come with extra hands because he's always going to have the hand with the eyeball. Yes, that is true. Joker over here, we were just talking about Joker a little while ago, and I went on a tirade about, you know, all the Superman stuff. But Joker here, yeah, he comes with one set of hands. He's always got that eyeball right there. That's what we're talking about, and we didn't realize that that's what he came with. And that's kind of a nice touch, I guess. I haven't read the storyline, so I don't know that much about this one. Unfortunately, I haven't read every DC storyline. But yes, he does come with an eyeball in the hand, he comes with a knife. They've been including these Bowie knives with them a lot because they can't include the guns. He's pretty cool. I don't know if I need him. I already have like a bunch of different Jokers. I've got all three of the three Jokers. I've got the Dark Knight Returns Joker. I've got Rebirth Joker. Do I have any other Jokers? I don't know. I really don't need another Joker though. I really don't. I like to disconnect loves the new sculpted ankle and wrist joints he's doing. Way better than the ball looking joints. I have mixed feelings about those. The new sculpted joints look pretty good. With the ball joints, I feel like I had more versatility because I was reviewing Azrael Armor Batman the other day, and yeah, he's got the sculpted ankles, and they work reasonably well. They feel a little stiff to me compared to the ball joint that we've been receiving on DC Multiverse. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. Do you want it to look good, or do you want more functionality? I feel like the regular ball joint has more functionality. That said, it's not like Azrael Armor Batman's joint doesn't work at all. Robin says that he hates that eye. It looks like it's stuck on his hand. It is stuck on his hand. That's not coming off. It's always going to be there. Oh yeah, the Comedian Joker. I remember the Comedian. And I don't regret getting that one at all, Collect a Disconnect. That was a top-tier action figure. Now, if you guys haven't seen Comedian Joker, this is the one that we're talking about. You could probably still get this one very, very cheap. Like, they've been liquidating them left and right. Oh, wait, that Comedian. Is this the Comedian? Oh, that's right, the Comedian. Oh, that's right, that's right. That's the Comedian. I was thinking of the Criminal for a second. But yes, this is the GameStop exclusive. And he came with some very cool accessories, very on-point accessories. I got this one a little while ago. Kind of had to get lucky with this one, like you do a lot of different exclusives. But he comes with a crowbar, which obviously works for the Joker. I mean, he's kind of infamous for using a crowbar on Jason Todd, you know? And then he comes with a camera that we all know from The Killing Joke. So there's that, and then there's the trench coat. I have been aching to review these Jokers. And I feel like this month, now that the reveals have kind of slowed down a little bit, I can finally get to these Jokers and review them. I know it's coming a little bit late, but you know, the timing on the reviews doesn't really matter that much to me personally. Robin says, you've never seen this Joker in the wild ever. You probably never would unless you've been to GameStop. Because as far as I'm aware, this was a GameStop exclusive. Pre-ordered day one. That's pretty much the only way you would have gotten this comedian Joker there, Collect to Disconnect. And, can anyone confirm for me? Does chat know? Did they ever release this one outside of GameStop? I remember getting this one from GameStop, and I also remember getting the Antler variant of Swamp Thing from GameStop. And the Antler variant of Swamp Thing was such a dumpster fire. I don't know if you guys remember my short review about that one. That's before I decided to start doing more long form reviews. Yeah, the arm on that one just came off right out of the package. So bad. Robin, same with Kyle Goldlabel, been the 4 targets, been dead ends. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go take a look myself pretty soon, because I have really wanted a Kyle Rayner, and I feel like if I just go to Target, I'm gonna find him. Because there's been a lot of times where I've gone to Target and just seen a bunch of Gold Label stuff. Like, I went to Target and saw the Gold Label Wonder Woman, and I saw Black Adam with his throne and everything, and the Targets I go to are usually reasonably well stocked. Oh, it was on Zavvi? Zavvi? That's not a store I've ever shopped at. Collect to Disconnect. That surprises me. Wow. So where were we with Infinite Frontier Joker? Is there anything really more to say about Infinite Frontier Joker? Like, he looks pretty much like his card, so I guess I can't criticize too much. It looks like a good Joker. I will say, though, on his knees, the color is slightly different on the plastic. You saw Ocean Master there. See, I saw Ocean Master at Target, too, and, didn't like him. Haven't liked him since day one. It just hasn't really felt right to me. Because they just used Aquaman for him and tacked some plastic pieces on. Why can't he have guns? Because Warner Brothers told McFarlane that they can't include guns with their products a while ago. Whether that's going to change under new management, who knows? But this is something that a lot of people get confused about. Because none of the characters have guns anymore, and they can't do it because they won't allow them to. So, the only way McFarlane can get around that is by releasing a munitions pack on his website. And he's done that, and it's a pretty good pack. It's like $15, comes with a bunch of guns. Yeah, they wagged a finger at him, said, no more guns, because they hate us fans so much. It's like, why would you do that? You got a whole bunch of characters, and the thing of it is that, you know, Batman's Rogues Gallery, they have guns. Like, the vast majority of them use some type of gun. They're all human. They all use guns at some point, more or less. Penguin, he's got umbrella guns. Riddler, he's almost definitely used a gun at some point. Joker uses guns all the time. Hush uses guns. So on and so forth. So for them just not have guns, I mean, you're kind of nerfing Batman's Rogues Gallery, bro. Yeah, I know, Miguel. Guns are terrible, but a Bowie knife? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he released a gun pack on his website to circumvent the restriction. It's not the ideal solution. You know, the ideal solution would just be that Warner Brothers takes it easy and lets them include guns. But it's a solution. At least he's doing something. He's doing what he can. Honestly, I just feel bad for McFarlane. Like, he's working with a handicap. Like, Marvel Legends still have guns. They still have guns. And the fact that he can still compete, even with a handicap, is remarkable in my eye. Rewind says that this is probably one of the best looking Joker action figures you've seen. Can't wait to add him. Yeah, I like him. I like him a good deal. I don't know if I need him, like I say, because I've already got so many Jokers. Well, if you need something in your Red Hood's hands, Mark, you might want to look on McFarlane's website for the munitions pack, because that's pretty much one of the only things that's going to scratch that itch. Alternatively, you could go and find some eBay reseller or Etsy seller who is making like 7-inch scale weapons for your action figures. Because they're out there. There's people who do all kinds of custom work. I mean, obviously, it's not like the ideal solution to go and buy a bunch of fancy custom stuff. Because, you know, it gets to be expensive after a while. But, hey, it's a solution if you really need a gun. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to like Catwoman here, and this is another one where I think I'm probably going to get. Yeah, creator of Bricks. I never would have seen this in a million years that, you know, Disney allows guns, but not WB. Disney is apparently okay with firepower on their action figures, but WB, no go. What? It's mind blowing. All right, so Catwoman here is one that another one that I'm probably going to get because this is a version of the character that I've been kind of wanting for a long time, and the legs look a little off to me on here. I think that it depends on the picture that we're looking at, because looking at this image, she looks a little bit better. What can we go with here? Stephanie says, what's crazy is Marvel Legends has guns, but can't sell demon figures, or lady action figures that show any skin, and McFarlane can't sell any with guns, but can sell demon action figures, and ladies that show skin. Yes, that is... It's a strange world we're living in. The diaper bothers me on her. Yeah, from some angles it looks a little awkward. From other angles, I think it really depends on the light. Because on some angles, like, it looks alright to me. I think what's going on here is that the diaper is a little loose on her, which is causing her a few issues. But I don't know if it's necessarily a huge deal breaker to me. Also, look at her heel here. What's going on there? It looks like the heel is like breaking off or something. Oh wow, I just noticed that. Okay. Boy. These photographs are really not presenting her in the best light possible. The hair looks cool though, and the face sculpt looks pretty nice. The head overall is really tight. And the gloss on her boots looks absolutely awesome. Robin's right about that one. Also, I like her accessories. Here, let's go over, let's take care of Joker here. Take him out of the equation, and let's look at her accessories. She comes with a really long whip, and I'm kind of wondering now how pliable this whip is. If it's very pliable, I'm going to be a much bigger fan of it than I currently am, and I already like it quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, she's got something going on there, but I don't think it's all that strange. Like, I think it's blown way out of proportion. The hands look really nice on her too. Ooh, wow, those are actually, yeah, those are really nice. Yeah, the claws look awesome on those. Okay. Yeah, I think, you know, she's got a few things that could be improved, but also she's got some really good pluses to her. Yeah, Rewind, I think that people just blew it out of proportion. It's ultimately fine depending on the lighting. Yeah, the intense claws are like part of the image that she had way back when, and I think it works for her. Let's see what she looks like in package. Okay. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Oh, this is just... I was wondering if this one was gonna be like a gold label release or something, but apparently it's just a standard release. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so this one's gonna be a lot easier to get. Thank God. Oh, I'm just getting tired of gold label releases. Well, that's strange. She's got... The back of her box looks like a gold label release. Wait, is this a gold label release? And it just doesn't have the sticker on it? Here, let me check. Okay, it's a general release. Woo! That, what a relief that is. Let's take a look at a close-up of her. Yeah, she does look kind of cool. Alright. Have we heard when Jay Garrick is getting released? Robin asked. I don't think we've heard quite yet. They're kind of time-releasing these, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about Jay Garrick. I saw some photographs over on my members-only Discord, and he looked pretty good from what I could see. Seemed like the scale was about right. He was about the same height as Wally West and Barry Allen. Yeah, he looks like he's pretty good. I don't know if I need him or not. I don't know. I guess it depends how everyone feels about him. Creator Bricks over here says he's waiting for Supergirl to go up for pre-order. She was revealed back in October. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what was going to happen with that Supergirl too. Because it's kind of weird. We're talking about the Page Punchers ones, right? Because they had like this series of Injustice Page Punchers with Green Arrow and Batman they released, and it was only half the wave, and then they got the other half that they're waiting to release. I can't make sense of it. I don't know why they would even do that. Also, does anyone know if the Page Punchers are going to have individual comic books now? Because I heard from someone that they're going to stop doing like the one comic book for every action figure, the same comic book, because like I said, there's not much incentive to buy all the Page Punchers when they all have the same comic book. The Injustice Page Puncher, that's right. Mark says that he loves this costume on her. Yeah, I feel like the textures are really working well for her. Like that gloss texture is looking really good. I mean, that you just know when you feel that it's gonna feel almost like she's got real vinyl or real leather on her, on her arms and legs. And then there's all the other little folds and everything. It's just something I love about DC Multiverse. They sneak in all these little accents that makes it feel like a really high quality sculpture. Oh. Miguel says he needs McFarlane to do Zatanna eventually. Yeah, when's he gonna do that? Because we got the rest of Justice League Dark so far. Mel says those Page Punches aren't budging on price. You're waiting to try them out. They decreased like $5, but yeah, the DC Direct Page Punchers haven't really been moving a lot on the price end of things. You might have better luck with the 3-inch ones. I still need to get the Flash. I don't have the Flash yet, so I'm gonna have to consider doing something about that. It's almost about time for me to go and get the rest of those action figures. So let me ask people right now that of all the DC Multiverse action figures you want to see, what would you like to see most right now? I think we've already talked about that a lot, but I'm just kind of wondering, what am I drinking? Nothing special. I'm just drinking spring water. I don't drink alcohol or anything like that. It's just it's not something I do. So Catwoman, like I say, guys, Catwoman and Mr. Freeze are the two that I personally have to have out of all these new releases because, one, they're Batman characters, and I'm a sucker for Batman. Alright, so mostly I think that we can all agree that we want to see more ladies from DC Multiverse. Poison Ivy, Two-Face, yeah, we got Stephanie Rewind here saying Poison Ivy, and I agree wholeheartedly. And Myth, yeah, classic Wonder Woman. Or Rebirth Wonder Woman, for that matter. One or the other. We just need a standard Wonder Woman. And what's it going to take for McFarlane to release a standard Wonder Woman, I wonder? Because we've already gotten a standard Wonder Woman in Superpowers. And how are we getting a Superpowers standard Wonder Woman before we're getting a classic or a Rebirth Wonder Woman? I don't know. Supergirl. Okay. Let's ask a question right now. Let's do a poll in the chat, guys. You're going to cast your votes real soon. I want to hear from you. Which DC Multiverse character do you guys want to see most out of all these? Okay. We're going to list Zatanna. Oh, this is going to be a hard choice. You guys are going to love this one. You're going to love it or you're going to hate it. One or the other. Do you want to see Zatanna? Do you want to see Poison Ivy? Do you just want to see Wonder Woman? Or do you want to see Supergirl? Well, we're already going to see Supergirl. Can we think of another character besides Supergirl that we can choose right now? Alfred. Alfred. All right. I'll list Alfred. Let's put Alfred. Alfred. We need a DC Multiverse Alfred. We need him now. Come on, McFarlane. Here comes, guys. Poll incoming. There we go. Oh, I should have listed Canary. Oh, missed opportunities, though. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe some other time. Alfred's on the poll. If Alfred wins, I'm gonna flip a table. Hey, Mike, how you doing, dude? It's good to see you. I hope life is treating you well. Miffed wants another Starro. Alright, so Miffed, okay, if you got another Starro, like, what kind of Starro are you talking about? Do you just want an obnoxious Starro that takes up the entire shelf space of the toy aisle? Do you want something that equals like 4 mega figures in one? Because if that's the kind of Starro we're talking about, I could get on board with that. Like, what? A $120, $160 Starro? Yeah, let me have that Starro. I'll take that Starro. That's a Starro I would buy. You want a HasLab Starro? Come on, man. Don't HasLab me. Don't HasLab Starro. Don't be like that. I'm just begging for McFarlane not to crowdfund a DC Multiverse. Like, I have been waiting to see if he's going to do it. It hasn't looked like he's going to, because we're 2 years... Well, actually, we're 3 years in the DC Multiverse now, and we haven't seen any sign of a HasLab-style crowdfunding project. And I hope it stays that way. Please, not for DC Multiverse. I can't take it. Miffed wants a Starro that's as tall as his flat-screen TV. So yeah, you pretty much want the equivalent of like 4 mega figures. I would buy that Starro. NSE just sold all my McFarlane figures yesterday, kept only the Frank Miller ones. Okay. Well, you know, you do whatever you got to for your collection, you know? Congratulations. Eternal says we need a Wonder Woman. Yes, we do need a Wonder Woman. You know what's funny is that someone over on McFarlane's Twitter page said, when are we getting Wonder Woman? And then they linked them to all the Wonder Womans that they had made. And, you know, of course, it was just it was the search page that showed all the different Wonder Womans, and none of them were the Wonder Woman that we all want. I can't believe they haven't done a Rebirth Wonder Woman. The closest we've gotten has been Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, but, you know, that one had all weird proportions and everything. Here, let me find that one for you guys, because it's absolutely a weird-looking Wonder Woman. And I had a chance to get it, and I ultimately didn't, because I just couldn't do it. Here, let's take a look at their Wonder Womans. And if you guys haven't cast your vote in the chat right now for what DC Multiverse character you want to see most, go ahead and cast your votes right now, guys. Alright, so yeah, this is what they link that person to. All these Wonder Womans here. Ones that, you know, I have a fair number of these. I have this death metal one, the one that comes with the chainsaw. I have the Last Night on Earth version. I have the Wonder Woman 1984 version. But this one here is the one that's probably closest to a classic Wonder Woman. I'm struggling to get out the words Wonder Woman today. This is the one that has weird long legs. I mean, the size of her thighs are just kind of nuts. I think that McFarlane might have made this before they kind of figured out how to make their movie action figures. Because the legs... this wouldn't be so bad if the thighs were not so out of proportion there. It's just... Why do they all look alike? They made the same Wonder Woman like 8 times! Mark, I kind of have to agree with you about the movie action figures. The movie action figures have been really hit or miss, and they really didn't work it out until they started doing the Batman and Black Adam. Wasn't this Wave 1? It was pretty close to Wave 1. I think it was just before they introduced the Justice League wave. And to be fair, the Justice League action figures looked a lot better than, well, some of them were a lot better than some other stuff that we've seen. Here, let's end this poll, guys, and see which action figures you guys want to see most. Okay, it is a tie between Zatanna and Poison Ivy. You guys really want to see Zatanna and Poison Ivy. I can't believe we got a tie. That is impressive. Peacemaker Cena looked more like Cena with the helmet on than off. You know what? I thought the head for that one looked pretty fine. I thought Unmasked Peacemaker looked pretty good. That was just me. Obviously, the costume had some inaccuracies, but yeah, I thought his head looked pretty awesome. Yeah, the movie action figures are really hit and miss. Unmasked Peacemaker was pretty decent. Henry Cavill's Superman looked pretty decent. So did the masked version of Justice League Batman. The Flash featuring Ezra Miller, that one was pretty okay too. Some of these other ones though, like Aquaman and Wonder Woman, like we're looking at here, yeah, this just isn't doing it for me. It vaguely looks like Gal Gadot, but not that much. Oh yeah, Polka Dot Man was really good too, NSC. The rendition, the sculpt was pretty good. The functionality of the action figure left something to be desired, though, I thought, which is why I didn't review it all that well. And, okay, so things really picked up once they started doing the Batman as well as Black Adam. I think with the Batman, they got a lot of the proportions and everything just right, and the likenesses looked pretty good. Unfortunately for the Batman, the side eyes really did a number on the Wave. Because, you know, you guys remember the side eyes, and I wish that we didn't. But it's impossible to ignore, because they did it on the entire Wave. And I can't believe they did it on the entire Wave. Too much red on the face. Yes, Wonder Woman here has a little too much blush. It doesn't look quite right. Yeah, it's not working for me. The breadstick legs, the blush on the face. This just is not it for a classic style Wonder Woman, and this is the closest that we've gotten. Now, the Batman... Where's the Batman? Okay, so yeah, here's the Batman. This is one that I kind of wanted to review, but, you know, then we got the side eyes on the Batman, and yay! That's exactly what I wanted for my action figure. Why would they do this? Like, why? Just why? It's frustrating. Because, you know, you want to I really want to like these things, and I want to review them, and I want to play around with them. Miffed over here says, can you imagine if in the Batman, all the actors were instructed to never look directly at each other, so Bruce and Selina are having that romantic scene on the roof, awkwardly side-eyeing each other. I guess if you pose them side by side, you can make... you could kind of make it look romantic. Like they're having this awkward teenage romance, even though both actors are in their mid-30s. The creator of Bricks, the Batman who can't look straight. Oh, true though. And look at this thing. Like, this is not a bad action figure for the most part. I mean, you look at him, and the detail on him is nuts. He looks great. But then, you know, you get all the other stuff like the side eyes and, you know, the gun that is like his only accessory, and an extra hand that goes with the bat cycle. It's just yeah, there's no giant grapnel pouch on the leg either, so it's almost a slam dunk, we'll just say that. Creator of Bricks, I'm pretty sure he was down to $10 to $12 on Amazon for a while. I'm pretty sure they were liquidating him at a rock bottom price, or at least trying to. I just remember during the Christmas season, they were trying to get rid of these, man. I seem to remember him being that much. They were liquidating all the DC Multiverse, the Batman stuff. Raiden, how you doing? It's good to see you, dude. Yeah, we had our first members-only stream last week, and it turned out really well. And we're going to start doing the members-only streams once a month at the end of the month, I think is when we're going to do that. So, whatever our members want to see or talk about, you can give me some suggestions over on our members-only Discord, or you can give me some suggestions here, whichever does it for you. And we'll join our members at the end of the month, every month from now on. It's another little perk that I'm probably going to add to the membership page. And it's one of those things that's really easy for me to fulfill, so I feel like I can consistently and reliably do it. Cyborg. The side pouch's weapon was actually a sticky grenade launcher. He used it to blow the roof on the stadium. Oh yeah, that's actually right. My bad. It's been a while since I've watched the Batman. Why is the Batman here? Because we're talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. It's a live stream, so we talk a lot more than just the topic. We've been talking about the topic, but also, you know, we go on tangents and talk about different things too. And this Batman here, we were talking about, you know, various movie figures and how accurate they are. Like, obviously, the accuracy is a little bit better on the Batman, and it's also a little bit better on Black Adam. Excuse me. Here, let me X out of Batman here. We don't need to see any more of that. And we also don't need to see any more Ultraman. We're going to take a look at the Eradicator in a minute. We haven't looked at the Eradicator yet today, and he's another one that has gone up for pre-order. He is a gold label exclusive, though, so that's going to be a treat for all of us. Alright, so here's the Black Adam action figures that we were just talking about, where the accuracy to these was also a lot better. This is where I think McFarlane started getting everything right on the movie figures, because the likeness on The Rock here was pretty much on point, and this is about as good as it gets for a $20 action figure, I think. Alright, Creator of Brick says that he hears there's a Cyborg Superman and Superman 2 pack coming. So, yeah, they did say that since it's Superman's, what anniversary is this? I think he noted that it was some kind of anniversary, and that, I think it was, what, the, God, 85th or something? Something like that. The likeness is even better in person. Actually, correct. Like, when you look at a Black Adam action figure in person, it bears a striking resemblance to The Rock, absolutely. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff. Now, where is the Eradicator? I had him up here earlier, and there's the Eradicator. Alright. The Eradicator right here. This is, the gold label one that we were talking about. And where can you get this Eradicator? Walmart. Oh! Francisco, hey, it's good to see you. Superman is ancient. Yeah, he's 85 years old now. That's mind-blowing. That's actually really awesome. Superman is 85 years old. That's so cool. But yeah, Superman, he's having his 85th anniversary, and apparently we're going to be seeing a lot more Superman stuff this year, McFarlane said. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the death and return of Superman represented very well if we're seeing a Cyborg Superman versus Superman set. And I hope this means that we're going to get a very awesome Doomsday action figure in the Mega Figure line. If they release a Doomsday, ooh, that's going to be tempting. Ooh, 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 ooh. What do I think of Mr. Freeze? Well, we talked about him earlier. I think that Mr. Freeze looks pretty great. We'll take another look at him in a second, but right now we're looking at the Eradicator. And this one is another one that is based on the infected Superman body. Like, looking at this, I thought that maybe it was based on the Ultraman body, but no. It is based on the infected Superman body. This body right here. And you can tell because he's got, well, the infected Superman body also gets used a little bit for some of Ultraman, but the legs are very distinct, and you can see it right there, and they match up pretty much exactly. There's that. Obviously, the Eradicator has a new codpiece, and there's that over here. Honor Guard, it's good to see you, dude. DC Multiverse Pantheon of Profanity, number 1, Walmart, number 2, Target. Dude, Target generally has been alright, but also they've been giving me some problems recently. Mostly because they don't list everything on their website, which, why would they do that? Why would you not list all of your exclusives on the website? Where's Deathstroke? Where's Kyle Rayner? Come on, man. Alright, here's a picture of him with his alternate hands. You know, he doesn't look that bad when he's posed. I'm still kind of indifferent about the bow-leggedness because we're still seeing it. To a lesser degree on this one, but we're still seeing it somewhat. Creator of Bricks is getting a little tired of infected Superman. I don't blame you, because we've seen this body on the black costume Superman from a while back. We've seen him on the original Infected Superman. We've seen him on Hush Superman. Now we're seeing him on the Eradicator. And we're seeing bits and pieces of him on Ultraman. Not the legs, but, you know, the arms are pretty much the same. Robin says he's been able to get Wally and Parallax, but when it comes to Target, you could never get anything. Really? You could never get anything at Target? That's surprising, because usually Target's a lot better about that sort of thing. Okay, yeah, that's right. And Rebirth Superman and Bizarro. Really, Bizarro? I didn't think that Rebirth Superman used the same body. Here. Let's take a quick look at that just to make sure. Because I thought that Rebirth Superman used something different. We'll have confirmation in a second, because these things are very easy to make sense of. Okay, so here is... Okay, we might actually be looking at the same action figure. Are we looking at the same action figure? Let's find out. We are! Oh, we are! You called that one. Yup, that is the same body. Oh, boy. They just can't help themselves with this Infected Superman body, can they? Does Hush Supes use the same body, too? Yes, Robin, he does. Rebirth Superman uses the same body. Dude, I kind of like the original Action Comics 1000 body better. God, I don't know why they insist upon this body. I think that they need to take this one and they need to take Year 2 Batman. They just gotta retire them now, because they're not working. Sometimes the legs look okay. They don't look all bow-legged here, but more often they just look all bow-legged, and it just, doesn't look good. Like, I originally thought that the Eradicator looked kind of awesome, but now that I see the pictures of him, I say to myself, I really don't want these. They're not working for me as well. He looks kind of cool in this picture, because he's all posed and everything. Yeah, that's the thing about Rebirth Superman. I thought about getting him, but then, you know, I saw... Oh boy, I got too many search functions open. Okay, here's Hush Superman again with the same body. We can go ahead and X out of that. And here's Rebirth Superman. Yeah, those red lines, they just painted those on, and it looks really tacky with his boots designated as they are. They just painted right over them. They did some Marvel Legends stuff right there, and boy, that doesn't look good. I'm kind of thankful they don't do that too often, but boy, does it look bad. Honor guard. I wear my sunglasses at night. Yeah, he sure does. I wonder if they're gonna do like a variant of this guy where we're gonna see the Death and Returns version of him. Because, man, yeah, I would be more excited about him if we saw an original version of him. I don't know if I like this version as well as some of the other stuff that we've seen from the Eradicator. Creator of Bricks likes the Action Comics Superman. I gave it a C when I reviewed it. Action Comics Superman, it's... how do I put this? Like, it's one of those bodies that's a little bit... well, it's an early DC Multiverse body, so it has kind of a little bit of an elongated feature to it. Oh, Robin says that Rebirth Supes looks worse in person. Oh, well, if it looks worse in person, then... Boy. I can't remember if I've seen this in person. See, it's not just the legs, it's also the face, because look at his eyes, man. Why does Superman look so tired? He looks like he's had enough of peace, justice, and the American way. Or truth, justice, and the American way. Single joint elbows were the downfall of Action Comics Superman. Yeah, the single jointed elbows on our guard were not great. Action Comics Superman, he had some positive things about him, but overall, it just wasn't doing it for me like some other stuff. Yeah, NSC's right. He looks like he's been on a bender. Why? Like, he's Kryptonian. He's got all the power in the world. Why does he look so tired? Why does he look like he needs a couple of good nights' sleep? It always seems really tight in reviews, the Action Comics Superman. Well, I did a short review of him a while back, and I rated him a C, personally. Other people, they rate him a little bit higher, I think. But, I don't know. I guess I just I guess I'm just a harsh reviewer, maybe. Kryptonian. Isn't that face the same face that came with the regular Superman? I do not think that Action Comics 1000 came with this face, if that's what we're talking about. But let's go ahead and look him up right now and see if maybe he did come with it, and maybe if my memory is just failing me. Okay, it looks fairly similar. Eddie, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, man. How's life treating you over there? Alright. So here's Action Comics 1000 Superman, and here's the thing. The torso on this one, okay, the torso is obviously a little bit elongated. The arms, they're okay. The legs look like they're very skinny and a little bit long too. If he was a little bit more muscular, I think he'd look better. But yeah, for a first effort, it's okay, but it hasn't aged well since 2020, and even in 2020, it was just okay. Alright, and okay, so it does look like maybe he's using the same head. Is he using the same head? It looks a little bit different, if I'm being honest. Well, yeah, you know, actually, it might just be the paint. It might just be the paint. Yeah, it might just be the paint, because it looks like they got, well... Yeah, the paint is doing something. It's more or less the same. A lot of people kit bashing Superman by mixing action with Rebirth. Man, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. Maybe if you're like taking the legs off of, or taking the calves off of this one and slipping them on this guy, maybe it would look okay. Yeah. The painting is definitely different. I think the sculpt is the same though. I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know about this Superman. It's okay. I gave him a C. I think a C is about right for this one. I wouldn't go any higher. I had fun with him, but I just couldn't rate him any higher than that. And here's our most recent Superman, who... still waiting for that perfect Superman, if I'm being honest. You're getting a bunch of Supermans, and none of them feel quite right. And honestly, the best Batman that we've gotten has been the Rebirth Batman. A lot of people have been telling me, oh, he's got thick thighs or something, but I thought he was pretty good. Rebirth Batman, he worked for me. Oh, does anyone want this Eradicator? Out of curiosity. Does anyone want him? Or, like, well, I don't want him personally. I just can't get on board with this. Hush is probably the best suit paint job, or, yeah, Robin says that Hush is probably the best Superman paint-wise. I agree, the colors look pretty good. I just can't get with the body. You got Rebirth Batman because your recommendation. Okay, creator Bricks. What do you think of Rebirth Batman now that you got him? Because obviously there was my recommendation, and I'm working on a review of him as well. I'll tell you right now, I'm probably going to give Rebirth Batman an A. I don't think I'm going to give him an S tier, because S tier is not something I dole out too often. S tier is for, or I guess I should say, whack, 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 or E tier is something I deal out to action figures that I think are exceptional. Okay. Oh, you don't currently have it. Okay. So you mean you ordered it. Patrick, you've got over 300 ladies. Wow, that's quite a collection of ladies. That's actually really impressive. Well, it's okay. I always enjoy, like, some new lady action figures. And I think that Marvel Legends was better for lady action figures in 2021 than it was in 2022. I thought a lot of their lady action figures in 2022 were really underwhelming. It was too bad. Honor Guard says that... Oh, Honor Guard actually has the Eradicator. He looks better in person. Yeah, I believe it. That's the way it always goes with DC Multiverse stuff. Like, I'm looking at this one, and I'm not feeling it, but if I saw him at a Walmart, I might change my tune. I don't know. If I go to Walmart, I'll probably be looking a lot harder at superpower stuff, because they just released Nightwing, and they released Wonder Woman, and they released Deathstroke. And I kind of want all three of those characters, so, you know, that's $30 I'm probably going to be spending without too long. Clockwork over here, people will get him to replace the head. Eternal says it's decent. Don't need it though. Yeah, I feel it. If Rebirth Batman was a bit bulkier and a little taller, he'd be perfect. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Hush Batman, he's a little bit taller, and well, we'll see how that went. I guess it depends how much taller Rebirth Batman is in relation to other action figures. Arkham City Penguin, Bong Man says, is greater than a Rebirth Batman. Well, you know, he is the Penguin, so I don't blame you for thinking so. I have Arkham City Penguin, which is another review I have to do soon. I've actually got some reviews planned for this month in terms of DC Multiverse stuff. I have Azrael Armor Batman and Rebirth Batman recorded, so I just have to record my monologue for Rebirth Batman, and yeah, that'll be pretty much, well, not the end of it, but it'll be most of the way there. He made fun of you for ordering Rebirth Batman. Why did he make fun of you? Why is your friend making fun of you for ordering stuff? What kind of friend is that, man? What kind of friend makes fun of you for ordering what you enjoy? Like, maybe if you're hemorrhaging money or something, but if you're just ordering it because you like it, I mean, whatever. Rebirth Batman has T-Rex arms. Really? I thought they were pretty good. Obviously, but, you know, obviously other people felt differently. He thinks it's an awful action figure. He probably just hates DC Multiverse. Rebirth Batman looks too small to the next to the rest of his family. Oh boy. I bet people really loved my top 5 list. Mark said, your review also sold me on Rebirth Batman. It looks awesome. Yeah, Rebirth Batman is one that I think a lot of people slept on, and I think that people should give him a chance. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, Bong. I'm doing all right. It's good to have you here, man. I'm glad you showed up. Bong, weren't you the guy that made the joke over on one of the community posts about the about slapping the car and said, "Look how many this baby can fit all kinds of Arkham City penguins." I don't know. It's funny. It was some A+ posting. I love it when people have fun with all the penguin nonsense on the community post and start cracking jokes. It's the people who complain about the penguin being posted on every poll who don't really understand the purpose of the penguin being listed on every poll. And to be fair, I will never stop listing the penguin on every poll. I will always have penguin on there. Well, obviously I didn't list the penguin on the polls in chat today, but that's different. That's not a community post. Glad to be here. Yeah, glad to have you. Glad to have you, man. I understand why. Still like it. Okay. Hey, Mass Panther. How you doing, dude? Good to have you here, man. First time commenter. First time for everything, right? Creator of Brick says he collects he collects multiverse mostly. He hates Legends. Okay. Wow. I can't say I've heard of too many collectors who hate Legends but collect multiverse. That is a rare breed. And perhaps an even rarer breed is the collector like myself who collects both DC Multiverse and Marvel Legends. Because I noticed that the two in terms of the collecting quote-unquote community kind of go together like oil and water. And I didn't realize this until after I created my channel, but I wasn't about to change because I love DC and I love Marvel. It's not like the console wars for me or anything. It's not like I have to pick between Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo or Sony PlayStation or Microsoft Xbox. For me, it's just I love these characters, and for me, it's about the characters. This is a very whack stream. Thank you, creator. I like to think that I like to think my stream's pretty good. I hope it's not garbage. Marvel and DC fans, no matter what, always go at it. I don't know why. What is there to go off? What is there to go at about? Like, it's not like the creators or the artists and the writers say, "Oh, I'm a DC guy. I'll never go work for Marvel." No, even John Romita Jr. has gone and worked for DC for a little while before he came back to Marvel. Obviously, he's more of a Marvel guy because that's the style he's used to, and that's where his in was. But still, one or the other for most people. I don't get that. I can't get on board with it. I don't understand it. Marvel is like the Sinestro Court to DC Green Lantern. Robin. Mass Panther, you just told your uncle that you're done with Marvel Legends. The price hike is just ridiculous. Yeah, I know, man. And here's the thing. Like, we're going into our 3rd year of DC Multiverse by McFarlane Toys, and the price for your standard DC Multiverse is still $20. That's blowing my mind. Marvel Legends is going up to like $27 or something, and DC Multiverse is literally like 2/3 the price. Are you kidding me? Don't like the cape. Yeah, Stephanie, stylized capes are kind of hit and miss. Excuse me. You know what I would love is if they started doing more cloth capes like they did with Year 2 Batman. Year 2 Batman, the only good thing about Year 2 Batman, the only good thing about Year 2 Batman, by the way, was that he had a cloth cape, and it was really nice. I will not lie about that. It is so much easier to balance an action figure with a cloth cape than it is with the plastic cape. Because here's the thing, guys. The plastic cape has a decent amount of weight to it, which always throws the balance of an action figure off, no matter how well it's designed. And I've had issues balancing various Batman action figures. I got them to balance, but still, they had some difficulty because of the weight of the cape. Alright, Mass Panther over here says he went to a For-Your Entertainment store. They were charging $40? 40? Good luck! $40 for an action figure. Oh man, they really don't want to sell those, do they? They just want some display pieces. Oh boy, but yes, they need to get those cloth capes on there, because if they could do it on Year 2 Batman, imagine if they had left all the big cape out. Imagine if they had left the base out. How much do you think Year 2 Batman would have cost then? Maybe 25? Possibly 20? I don't know, man. But if they can do like a cloth cape like they did on Year 2 Batman, I think that they would have the best action figures ever. Because, well, let's not go too far with that. Let's not say the best action figures ever. We'll just say that they'll be much easier to balance, because of the one thing that I didn't have an issue with Year 2 Batman, it was being able to balance him. You know what? Let's talk about Year 2 Batman right now. Let's just pull up an image of him, because we're already talking about him. Year 2 Batman. God almighty. Ah, boy, this is going to bring back some memories for a lot of people, but you know what? We got to do it. All right, who here in chat has Year 2 Batman? Collect to Disconnect over here says 2023 new Batman and new Superman base bodies, please. Yes, please. I am begging. Todd, give us something different, man. I can't take more Year 2 Batman and Effective Superman. All right, here's everything you got in the Year 2 Batman package. Honor Guard has Year 2 Batman. And I bet, just like me, you were hoping that this was going to be the best Batman action figure ever, weren't you? Robin, do you just say that? Wait, no. Creator Brick said his comic book shop has Robin King for $35.
I'm in.
Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. The Creator Brick's comic book shop has Robin King for $35. So they just want him to peg warm, right? They don't want to sell no Robin King, because I guarantee you, they ain't selling no Robin King for $35. Like, you'd have to give me $35 to buy another Robin King. If I did it again, I probably wouldn't get the Darkfather wave, because that wave was kind of... yeah, some decent action figures. The Superman action figure in that wave was better than I thought it would be. I didn't think it was going to be all that good, and then it turned out to be actually really nice. And then the Batman action figure was really good, but beyond that, the whole thing was just kind of garbo. Speeding Bullets Batman. Really? Speeding Bullets Batman is the best one. God, I can't believe my chat is like raving so much about Speeding Bullets Batman. All right, guys, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question right now. If I got Speeding Bullets Batman, do you guys Do you guys want to see a review of Speeding Bullets Batman? Here, let's just take a poll right now, because I'm curious. Do you guys want to see a poll, or not a poll? Do you guys want to see a review of Speeding Bullets Batman? Yes or no? Let's take the poll right now. Go ahead and vote right now, guys. I see a bunch of yeses in chat. Like, I see you guys keep raving about Speeding Bullets Batman. It's making me wonder now, maybe we need to do this. Maybe we need to get our hands on Speeding Bullets Batman. Stephanie says I need to see him in person. Okay. You guys love Speeding Bullets Batman so much that I feel like I have to jump on this now. I'm going to take a look. We're getting a whole lot of yeses in chat. Creator of Bricks. They have Unmasked Shriek for the same price with Unmasked Thomas Wayne and regular Azrael Batman. So they just have like a whole bunch of basic DC Multiverse action figures that are peg warmers, and they're selling them for premium prices. That's what I think of your comic book shop. Sorry, not sorry. Ugh. It's like they're living in denial. They're all angry that they bought a bunch of action figures that are completely worthless, and now they can't handle it. We gotta sell these for a profit. Honorgar says, you've been on the fence regarding Speeding Bullets Batman, so a review by me would be nice. Okay, so I see a lot of you guys who are saying, yes, we need to see that. Mel says, Speeding Bullets looks like a mix of Year 2 and something else. Well, Year 2 Batman, he looks good. Year 2 Batman, I'll say, looks good. He looks better as a statue than as an action figure, but, you know, it's an ill-fated concept. Here's mostly what Year 2 Batman looks. He looks good, but once you start playing with him, all the cracks start to become very apparent. Well, I guess, you know, the cracks are already apparent if you look at his diaper closely on his photograph, so... Yeah, that's a problem on Year 2 Batman that's really obvious right from the get-go. Come to think of it, I should probably do a proper review of Year 2 Batman. Actually, I don't know if I should do a proper review of Year 2 Batman or just let my short speak for itself, because I pretty much said everything that was wrong with him within a minute. There, let's look at Speeding Bullets Batman. This is the one that you guys have loved so much and who, didn't make like the best of last time that we were talking about DC Multiverse, but we have been talking about Speeding Bullets Batman a lot, and much to my surprise, like this one just keeps getting consistently high marks. This is the guy. He comes with a flight stand, comes with some hands. This is kind of a weird pose for him. I have to imagine that he looks better when he's not in like this weird split-legged pose that they decided to put him in. Never seen Speeding Bullets in the wild. Actually, Robin, I can't remember if I have seen him or not. I feel like I've seen him at Target. I always see a bunch of different... Here's the thing. When I go to Target, the DC Multiverse stuff is always extremely well stocked. They have a lot of DC Multiverse, probably more than any other brand. They got just pegs and pegs and pegs of DC Multiverse over at Target. Like, he's got a lot of shelf space over there. And when I say more than any other brand, I am not kidding. He's got, like, perhaps 7 columns devoted to him when I go to Target. 6 or 7 columns. And then he's got, like, an end cap, too, where he's got little displays with more stuff, with page punchers, like the 3-inch page punchers, and some gold-labeled DC Multiverse stuff, too. And then he's got more stuff over in the collectible side at the back. Yeah, there's...
Stop right there.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, Target has so much DC Multiverse, and it indicates to me that it's selling really well. It's always very well stocked, and there's always new product. Like, I never go there and see just old stuff. I always see new stuff, in addition to, you know, a sprinkle of some old stuff, too. Stephanie says Target loves McFarlane, and it's very apparent every time I go there. On the contrary, when we talk about like Marvel Legends, I go to the Marvel Legends stuff. I don't see any Marvel Legends there, man. I see The last time I was at Target, all I saw was the Bonebreaker wave and maybe a little bit of the controller wave. Maybe. It was mostly Bonebreaker. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're getting some like varied responses here. Like Robin says Targets don't love Toddfather. And Masked Panther says Target has all King Shazams. Really? All King Shazams? All King Shazams. Wow. That is sad. King Shazam. Like, it wasn't a bad action figure, but to have nothing but King Shazams? Well, maybe it was a misfire to make that action figure. Like, I thought King Shazam was cool, but I really didn't need him personally. Yeah. It's just kind of wonderful to go to Target every time and see that it's not just a bunch of old stock. That it's nice to go to my Target and see that they're always getting a refresh of McFarlane's DC Multiverse. And just to rifle through the pegs and see just a bunch of treasures there. Not all of it is stuff I want, obviously, but a lot of it is really, really cool. And then, you know, you go to Walmart and they seem like they're pretty well stocked with superpowers. And I'm thankful for that. I am a fan of the superpowers line. I know a lot of like old timer collectors are having conniptions over the scale or something of superpowers, but I wasn't alive for superpowers. So this is all completely new to me. And I think that the superpowers line is pretty tight. Braden says that that's so lucky. Your Walmarts never have new stuff. Yeah, Walmart is really hit and miss with a lot of different stuff. It really depends on the Walmart, though. Because I'll go to Walmart, like, in a different part of maybe the state, and then the Walmart won't have any DC Multiverse. Because there was one Walmart I went to that only had, like, 2 DC Multiverse action figures, and they didn't have any new stock. And they didn't have any exclusives. So, it really depends on the area. If you live in more of an urban area, more of a big city, you're more likely to have fresh stock, I think. You always see Death Metal Superman and King Shazam. Yeah, those are 2 peg warmers that have just been kind of hanging out. They're not bad, but, you know, they're not moving either all that much. Creator of Bricks. King Shazam and Etrigan were the biggest DC Multiverse peg warmers. It's funny you say that because I got Etrigan. I liked Etrigan. I thought that he was a pretty decent release. And Drowned. Yes, absolutely Drowned. Drowned was absolutely a peg warmer. I got her for some reason or another, but, you know, that was a total peg warmer. I'm not even going to try to spin it any other way. There's no way you can spin it. Yeah, let's end the poll, guys, because it looks like it's an overwhelming yes. Should I review Speeding Bullets Batman? Yes. 5% says no. I wonder who the 5% is that hates Speeding Bullets Batman now. You don't have to say it. I don't want to single anyone out. I just think it's funny. Am I gonna review am I gonna get Knightfall Catwoman? I was planning on getting Knightfall Catwoman. I was planning on getting Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is one that I think is really good. A lot of people have been talking smack about him. I like him personally, and I also like Catwoman, so I'm gonna get those 2. Of all the new reveals that we've seen, I don't want Hush Batman all that much. I might still review him though because he is Batman. Stadium, yes, and there's like that one person whispering, no. Yeah, I know. There's always one creator of Bricks. There's always one guy that's got to be the naysayer. And I agree with NSE over here that Etrigan was a really nice action figure. Like, I think it's another one of those action figures that gets a bad rap, but I have him in the package. He looks awesome. I have to review him and really get a feel for him to say one way or the other, obviously, but just looking at the sculpt, boy, they really did a lot with him. Chainmail on him, the armor looks nice, the head sculpt looks great, comes with a cool sword. Obviously, it's not a traditional look, but hey, I like what they did with him. Masked Panther over here says, my Target, no joke, still has Ant-Man 2 figures for sale. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Oh. Okay, so that's making McFarlane's DC Multiverse look pretty good. Oh. Ooh. Dude. I don't even know what to say. Ant-Man 2 action figures. Those are so old! Braden. This version is what if Kal-El landed with the Waynes? Okay, yeah. We're talking about Speeding Bullets Batman, and Braden, just to over here describe the story. It is an Elseworld story from 1993 that it tells the story of what if Kal-El landed with the Waynes rather than the Kents, and so it's kind of an amalgam of Superman and Batman in that story. Steve, hello there. It's good to see you, dude. How's life treating you, man? Oh. Whew. You know what? Let's take a short ad break before we come back and talk a little bit more about a lot of this stuff. And I'm going to get myself a drink of water here. And by the way, my friends, if you support what I do, if you enjoy the content, please consider getting a membership. Your membership comes with perks such as priority response to comments, early access to videos, members-only videos, a members-only Discord, and also access to the chat during members-only live streams at the end of the month. Excuse me. The members-only live streams are something that we just started doing very recently. We started doing them during our last stream of the year. And besides that, also consider super chats, because I always appreciate it, my friends. I really do. And it helps me keep the lights on around here. Anyway, we'll return in just a minute as soon as we take our short ad break. Pardon me while I refresh my drink here. Doing a lot of talking, you gotta keep your whistle wet, you know what I mean? Alright, so, ZR says that they would like to see McFarlane Toys make a Dick Grayson Robin. You know what? I wouldn't mind that. That would be cool. I'm never opposed to anything. No ads again, really? No ads. Well, I guess it's just luck of the draw. Sometimes you get served ads, other times you don't. Weird. Honor Guard here says, Etrigan, boiling blood, and demonic frights all haunt these shelves each day and night. You'll pray for more. You'll pray for new stock and hope to see, but all you'll find is more of me. Oh, that was brilliant. We're adding that to the quotes right now, bro. Oh, that was too funny. Oh, there's no way I can't add that to quotes. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, we got 7 quotes now, man. We gotta get some more quotes on here. Every so often, someone says something. Oh, what happened during the ads? Oh, Honor Guard said one of the funniest things I ever seen, and I added it to our quotes. Etrigan, boiling blood and demonic frights, I'll haunt these shelves each day and night. You'll pray for new stock and hope to see, but all you'll find is more of me. Oh, that was great. That was perfect. Oh, boy. Oh, since we're talking about Etrigan, I think that we might as well look him up too, because we've been looking up all these other guys here. You guys want to see a review of Speeding Bullets Batman, so I'll take a look at Speeding Bullets Batman and see. He's probably on sale by now. All these DC Multiverse action figures go on sale at some point. But Etrigan. So, yeah, I thought that Etrigan... Okay, that's how we spell it. Actually, they probably called him the Demon, didn't they? Yeah. Oh, good. We can still find him. Okay. They called him the Demon on the package, but this is what he looks like. Etrigan, you was disappointed by in hand. So what was the most disappointing thing about this one, you thought? Because, well, obviously, like I say, he looks pretty good when you get a good look at the sculpt. But obviously, when you finally handle the action figure, things can change. Such as the articulation, the joints being flimsy and everything. And can I just say that I love that McFarlane can sell an action figure like this at retail, no big deal, but then, you know, Marvel Legends makes a big stink about Mephisto. Come on, man. Come on, he's literally got a pentagram on his belt. Look at that. We can't sell them over at retail. Meanwhile, pentagram. Doesn't he fight Lobo? I don't remember. He probably does. Okay. Here's the thing. Creator says that he couldn't stand, and his sword, he couldn't get to look good. Alright, so that is a definite issue, I do have to say. What about... Ooh, that's a neat looking picture. Okay, what about... Okay, so that looks like there's a little bit of space in his hand there. So I can see where you're coming from. That does not look super great. That could be better. What about another picture of him like this? And still, lots of room there. Yeah, he's not holding his sword particularly well. It's a little loosey-goosey, so you're absolutely right about that. Eddie, you just picked up Year 2 Batman for $50, so you picked him up for retail. Congratulations, bro. That's really, really nice. Mel says that he needed more paint, in my opinion, to break up the mold a little bit more. Yeah, I suppose he could use a little bit more. I think that maybe would have helped was just maybe a little bit more of a darker value on some of the armor pieces, because it seems like a little bit of contrast would have been in order to make it pop against the chainmail that he's wearing. This happens a lot on some action figures where they use values that are too close together, and then some of the pieces kind of blend. Like, this is a little bit darker, the armor is, from this, but it doesn't feel like it's dark enough. And, of course, if they did that, maybe it would have blended in with the red. So, you know, it's all a delicate balancing act when we're playing around with values on a character's costume. Kelly, it's nice to see you. How you doing? He was so heavy, he always falls back. Yeah, that's something I've noticed with a lot of guys that wear capes, is that you have to pose them so that they're kind of leaning forward a little bit in order to get them standing properly. And, you know, I've had that problem with Marvel Legends too, with guys that have heavy capes. For instance, the Hood, he didn't stand up very well at all. His cape was just way too big. And if ever there was a character that needed a cloth cape, it's the Hood. Brr. Reader also says the foot was rounded, so he couldn't stand, and it was like he was standing on balls. Okay. Yeah, that happens sometimes with some figures. Why are his hands... Death Motion asks, why are his hands what? I don't know. NSC says he had no problem with the sword, so I guess people are having mixed feelings about this one. His feet plus cape was annoying. Alright. Well, those are pretty... I have this one, I just haven't reviewed him yet. So I'm going to have to see what he's like myself, and we're going to see if your experience matches my own. You know how it is with toys. Like, the QC on these can be very inconsistent, so... Maybe I'll have the same experience, maybe I won't. Even on Year 2 Batman, I didn't have the same experience as everyone else, because everyone else was just complaining about Year 2 Batman having a bad bicep swivel. But me, boy, the bicep swivel was the least of his concerns. My big concern was just getting those arms on his body, because the holes are so tight you can't jam the peg in there hardly. And then, you know, he had these hands here that have all the texture on the hands, like these ridges. But then the hands that he's got on his arms, the ones that come standard, they don't have that texture. So it begs the question, why are they on there? Any thoughts on She-Hulk? She-Hulk's fine. Got no issue with She-Hulk. Yeah, she looks fine. If you're coming into the stream right now, guys, we've been talking about DC Multiverse releases that were just released for pre-order recently. Am I going to review the Arkham City Solomon Grundy Build-A-Figure Wave and Infected Joker? I don't know about Infected Joker, but I have the Arkham City Solomon Grundy Wave, so that one is definitely on deck, along with DC Multiverse Starro Wave. The Starro Wave and the Arkham City Wave are both on deck, but coming up first is going to be not Arkham, but Azrael Armor Batman. Mr. Freeze needs some paint. Bad. What are you talking about? He's got paint right here. Oh, wait, that's not the end. Yeah, there's his paint. There's paint right there. What are you talking about? There's paint again. Oh, there's more paint right here. Oh, there's more paint right there on his tubes. There's paint all over this thing. He looks fine, I think. I don't have an issue with Mr. Freeze. Like, people were complaining left and right. People are complaining left and right about the action figure, even though they praised him after he was revealed. And he doesn't really look all that different from his reveal. Yeah, he looks fine. Costs 2 cents in paint. Now, I mean, if they were going to apply a paint app to this one, I don't know what they would do. Maybe they could change the color of the buckle a little bit or something. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd have to comb over his comic book design to say where they should put some paint. I'd review Joker with the Solomon Grundy Wave. Well, if I feel like getting Infected Joker, I guess I'll do it. It depends. I guess it depends on how much interest there would be. Generally on Batman stuff, there's more interest than other DC Multiverse stuff, so the odds of me doing Infected Joker are better. Kind of like Spider-Man and everything. Like, it's worth my time to go and review a bunch of Spider-Man stuff, but if it doesn't have, like, Spider-Man attached to it, or maybe, like, Daredevil or something, you know, most of the time, is it worthwhile to review it? Sometimes, sometimes not. But I know Batman will definitely get some views, so I'm thinking about it at the very least. Creator of Brick says that his friend likes his Infected Joker, the one he referred to earlier. So we're talking about the Arkham City Joker here. Let's go ahead and pull up the Infected Joker, just so everyone has a reference point for this one. I think we're done looking at Etrigan. We don't need to see any more of him. And we don't really need to see more Speeding Bullets Batman. You guys have gotten the gist of that. And we can just, we'll X out of YouTube. Yeah, that's good. Infected Joker. Actually, let's just search Joker, because there haven't been that many Joker action figures. I never reviewed the Arkham Asylum Titan Joker. I don't know why. I was kind of interested, but then it just kind of went by and never got around to it. So this is the one that we've been talking about today. This one is from Arkham City. And this is a repaint / new head sculpt on the original Arkham Asylum Joker, I believe. And he looks, well, he does look good. I won't lie about that. He looks like he's pretty tight. Braden says he loves Arkham City Joker, number 4 in your top 5. Yeah, I will say he does look good. Everything about him looks pretty tight. Actually, let me go ahead and look up any more Jokers that we have here. Is there a Joker for Arkham Asylum we can look at? Is he just a straight repaint, or is he a little different? I feel like he's just going to be a straight repaint with a new head, but sometimes you might get surprised. I like that Joker with the peeling face. Classy. He looks like he might be about the same. Here, let's do a little bit of a deep dive here. Zoom in for a second. Take a look at the buttons. Okay, it looks like it's pretty much. Yeah, that looks like it's pretty much the same. It's the same head. Really? Is it the same head? Here, let's take another look. Well, I'll be. It is the same head. Oh, that is... Well, that is a remarkably good paint job, then. Is that retooled? Or is that just paint? Well, I can't tell, so it's a remarkably good paint job if it's just a repaint. Oh, God. I don't know if I need that Joker, guys. I'm not gonna lie. A pregnant Joker? I don't know if I need him. Am I going to get the Dark Knight trilogy wave? Maybe. I guess we'll see when it's finally released. I don't know when that's going to be though. Just paint. Alright, well, it is a pretty good paint job because, wow, there's a lot of depth on that paint job. I mean, look at that. That is nuts. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm looking at that and thinking to myself, that looks like it's retooled. Wow. God. Hold on, I'm just taking a look at this and remarking at it for a second. Very nice work. Yeah, I guess I might review this one. I might review it. I didn't get the original Arkham Asylum Joker, so yeah, I'll take a look later and see what's up. Now that the Christmas season's over, I could perhaps get a few things for myself. During the Christmas season, I didn't pick up anything new for the most part because, like I told everyone earlier, I was kind of focusing on getting everyone Christmas presents and focusing on everyone else in my life as opposed to myself. So for a good long while there, nothing new happened. What string of hair on Ben Affleck's middle toe is your favorite? The one on the far left side. The same one that J-Lo likes. Kelly Cox. McFarlane is amazing at reuse. Fools you every time. Yeah, I gotta say that for all the criticism that I've levied at McFarlane for some of his reuse recently, when he does it right, he does it pretty well because you don't really notice that it's being reused a lot of the time. It's a lot more obvious on Marvel Legends. Like this Joker here, I had to look for a little while to see that, yes, it is a straight repaint of Arkham Asylum Joker. But it took me a few seconds, even while zoomed up close, to figure it out. That's how good the repaint is. Look up Death of the Family Joker if you haven't already. Oh, you mean the one that doesn't have a face, or the one that had his face taken off? Yeah, I remember that one. I thought about getting him. Like, he's another Walmart exclusive, and I guess he's kind of peg-warming at Walmart right now, or at least he was. This is one that uses the same 3 Jokers bodies that we've been looking at. He's alright. He's alright. I like the vivid purple that we're looking at. Also, the head sculpt looks pretty sweet. I mean, come on, that head sculpt is stupid nuts. Oh, boy, that's gruesome. Yeah, Braden, that's pretty much the point of them, though, so... God, I can't believe they got this on store shelves. Like, that's pretty gruesome to get on a store shelf over a Walmart. I can't believe they pulled it off. Alright. I'll ask another question right now. If you guys love them so much, let's ask another question, guys. Should I review Death of the Family Joker? And we'll ask you guys again right now. Get them on sale for you got them on sale for $12. Wow, that is awesome. Congratulations, Collective Disconnect. See, that would have been a good price for me to get them at. That would have been much nicer. If only I didn't have family. If only I wasn't in a relationship with someone and didn't have many presents to buy for everyone, then I could have spent more money on myself and gotten a nice Joker action figure. Oh yeah, I know he's not. I know, Braden. I know what you mean. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's a pretty nasty version of Joker. Oof. Todd keeps getting away with it. Yeah, I know. He keeps getting away with everything. Oh, I'll just release this action figure of a guy who's got his face attached at retail. And oh, I'll release a demon action figure next. Yeah. You know what? We're going to put a pentagram on him. Yeah. Oh, you know what? The pentagram wasn't big enough the first time. I'm going to make another demon. This one's going to look like the literal devil. And you know what? We're going to make the pentagram even bigger. And then we see Sabak at retail. Yeah. Toddy Mac. Going hard every time. in a way that Marvel Legends wishes they could. Meanwhile, Marvel Legends over during the HasLab goes, "Oh, we can't release this Mephisto action figure anyplace but this HasLab project. We can't do this at retail. We can't even release this Diamond Hellstrom over retail. You guys gotta buy the HasLab to get it or else it'll never come out. We can't do it." I know, but no guns. That is the great irony, Collective Disconnect. Oh, he'll release every monster imaginable. He'll release guys with spines exposed and faces peeled off and stapled back on. But guns, nope. Nope. The irony is palpable. You could cut with a knife and serve it on toast. I love that DC just looks at all the stuff that he's released and says, yeah, that's okay. But as soon as we get to a firearm, nope, shut it down. Nope. God almighty, Warner Brothers. I'll never figure you out. Guys, I hate Warner Brothers Discovery so much. I hate Warner Brothers Discovery so much. Have you guys heard about them removing content and stuff from HBO Max? Mom shopping list: eggs, milk, paper towels, diapers, socks. Kelly, yes, I have seen McFarlane's Twisted Tales. I remember those from a long time ago, back when McFarlane was still doing like mostly statue type toys. You know, back during his, well, you know, he did statue type toys for a really long time before he decided to start doing articulated action figures. Todd, gore okay? DC, yup. Todd, guns? DC, no. Accurate. 100% accurate. And God, I can't wait for the day that it's okay for DC Multiverse to have guns again. Will that day ever come? Do you guys think that day will ever come? Braden, you know, man, I don't know. They already removed like an Aquaman series. They removed, like, I think they're removing Justice League or something, man. I'm not even kidding around. They're removing Looney Tunes. Right now they're hemorrhaging content. So I think they're gonna probably remove all the animated movies at some point too. Would making a petition help? Probably not. You know what these corporations are like, Robin. They're thick-headed. They don't care. They're billions in debt too. Exactly, creator. They're making all kinds of awful financial decisions. And the worst thing about it is that their decisions are having reverberations throughout the industry, because now that they shelled Batgirl and deleted it for tax purposes, guess what? Now Amazon is doing the same thing with one of their series, and I think other people are doing that too. Yeah, you didn't hear about this till now? I'm sorry, Collective Disconnect, but it's true. It's really true. They already removed a bunch of content, and I saw it. They're going to remove one of the Justice League series, like one of the popular ones too. And then they're going to get rid of Looney Tunes. And they're getting rid of all kinds of stuff. They essentially have no respect for animation under their current leadership. They even rejected a Batman cartoon that's in production right now, and it's been shopped out to other streaming services that have indicated massive interests and have said, yes, we want that Batman cartoon, because it's made by the people who made Batman the Animated Series. Honor guard. James Gunn is maybe the one good thing about what's happening with DC media right now. Honestly, I think James Gunn should just wipe the entire slate clean and call it a day. Well, he pretty much has been, but I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Creator Bricks is called Batman Caped Crusader, and they rejected it from HBO Max. Like, all that chirping about Batman being one of their main franchises, and what do? They take one of his shows and just throw it to the wolves, just for another streaming service to have.
And now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, money, money. Who do you trust?
Wake me up when DC is back on top where it belongs.
Thank you, Collected Disconnect. I appreciate that, dude. Really means a lot. Every little bit helps me a great deal, my friend. Here, let's close this poll up. I think we've looked at this poll quite enough. Wake me up when DC is back on top. Dude, DC should be right up there with the MCU by this point in time. Alright, what are we looking at from the results? Alright, 72% say, yes, I should review Death of the Family Joker. So, it's like a quarter of you guys who are not that into this one. Ooh. Braden, you wish you kept Henry Cavill as Superman? Well, to be fair, Henry Cavill is like pushing 40 now, so... yeah, I really don't know how much longer he could keep being Superman. Plus, you know, they're going in a different direction and they want a younger version of Superman, so I guess if they're going to do that, they got to get a new Superman. Honor Guard asked, did I order Todd's gun accessory pack? No, I did not. I haven't ordered anything off of his website. The shipping is just brutal. Too hard. They canceled Batman Caped Crusader. Yeah, they didn't want it over at HBO Max, and it's being... as far as I'm aware, it was being shopped around over at various streaming services. Unless the people making it just pulled the plug or something. I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it. The teeth look good. Yeah, they look really cool. Bat Wheels. I have not seen Bat Wheels. It's probably not that good, is it? I feel like if I watch it, I'm going to have conniptions. Raider of Brick says they really should be ahead, and they've had characters established 20 years before Marvel did. Yeah, they've had... It's so funny, because DC had the original comic book movies, like Christopher Reeve's Superman and Michael Keaton Batman, and they were both really successful. And now, for some reason, they just can't make it work. Like, why are they having such a hard time with this? Granted, Man of Steel... It was a start. It wasn't like the greatest start ever, but it was a start. But then they completely biffed it with Batman v Superman, one of the worst comic book movies I've ever seen. I don't know how you biff beloved characters that badly. Ugh. Robin says the new 52 Joker, I think, came with chattering teeth. You mean, are we talking about the Rebirth Joker? Because I don't remember one that came with chattering teeth, but then again, I think he might have. I remember him coming with a gun. So, Martha, oh my god, why Martha? Who thought that that was a good idea for the climax of the movie? Who thought that Martha was a good turning point? Say, Martha! Why would he call his mom Martha? Why wouldn't he say, save my mom? Better yet, why are they even fighting in the first place? Like, I know why they were fighting in the movie, because Lex Luthor said, oh, if you don't fight, I'm blah, 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 I'm gonna do this and that to Lois Lane, yada, yada, yada. But the Martha thing was like, the Martha bit was the part that really sealed the deal for me and ruined it. I could not stop laughing when they did the Martha bit. I laughed. I was cracking up. As soon as he said, save Martha, I just went... right there in the theater. My mouth was agape. I was looking at the movie for a second. And then they kept going on, and then I just lost it. Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, his mom's name is Martha Kent. Batman's mom's name is Martha Wayne, but you know, people's moms have the same name all the time, dude. It's not like that big of a deal. And it's kind of tacky that they made a big deal out of it. Ugh. God. I saw Batman v Superman like... I saw it twice in theaters. I saw it once with my mom. And then my girlfriend insisted that we go see it. I kept telling her, I don't want to see it. It's so bad. Well, and she said, I want to see it. I said, I don't want it. Why? Why do you want to see it? I told you it's bad. Why do we have to see it? Then we went to see it anyway. And then, well, you know, movie was what it was. Ugh. Oh, Braden, try to spin it any way you can. It was a dumb movie. It was a dumbly written movie. Yeah, Batman v Superman on Blu-ray. That's, yeah, well, I'm right there with you there, Collect to Disconnect. It's on Blu-ray. I have the Ultimate Edition of it, which has more content, because that's just what I need, is for a 2.5 hour bad movie to become a 3 hour bad movie. You guys remember when Batman v Superman's movie poster was in the background of some movie years before? I don't remember. I don't remember that. What are we talking about? What did I think of Zack's Justice League? I think it was a sequel to a bad movie. Zack's Justice League was okay. It was 4 hours. It was 4 hours. That's too long. That's stupid. It doesn't need to be 4 hours. You don't need a 4 hour movie. See, what you need to do is to set your movie up so it doesn't have to be 4 hours, because 4 hours was dumb. Here's the thing about it. Like, they were trying to have their Avengers moment because they're trying to have their Avengers moment, but they didn't want to earn it. They didn't earn it. And the only way they could earn it was by having a 4 hour movie. And the Avengers, they didn't have to do that. You know why? Because they had like a bunch of movies to set everything up. The characters are already established, so they don't have to go through a bunch of backstory for everyone. Yeah, it was dumb. It was garbage. It should be swept away. 4 hours. 4 hours. I can't believe it's 4 hours. Ugh. You like long movies. Well, good for you. Oh, the I Am Legend? Oh, really? They had a... Oh, well, how appropriate that Batman v Superman was the billboard in that. How appropriate that Batman v Superman was on the billboard in an apocalyptic wasteland. Oh, man. Honor Guard over here dropping bombs in the chat. Honor Guard. You've seen Zack's Justice League 12 times? Dude, it's like... Oh my god. That's 48 hours of your life. You spent 2 days watching that? Ugh. That's 2 days of your life you're never gonna get back, creator. Here, I'm gonna add that quote of Honor Guard. That was too funny. That was so funny there, Honor Guard. We gotta go back to that. Oh man. That's a good quote right there. Hold on, I'm adding it. Getting a lot of spicy quotes up in here. You showed it to your family too. It took me 4 days to watch it once on HBO. I watched it in one night, Collect to Disconnect, but it was a long night. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really long night. Yeah, Miguel, that's pretty much it. They were trying to catch up with Marvel really fast, but they didn't take their time when they should have. John Green Lantern couldn't be in the Justice League movie, so instead uses Martian Manhunter. Well, it's fine that they use Martian Manhunter, but he didn't really do anything in the movie. He's kind of just there. Have I ever watched The Flash Season 1? Yes, I have seen The Flash Season 1. I've seen, like, the first 3 seasons of the CW Flash. The Flash is not a bad show. Some of it's better than others. I wouldn't mind Grant Gustin replacing Ezra Miller, to be honest. Ezra Miller, I don't know why he needs to be the Flash. I don't know why WB is thinking of keeping him. Like, did you guys see the news that they're thinking about keeping Ezra Miller as the Flash? What are they thinking? Why do they want to? Why do they want to keep him? The dude's a mess. Ezra Miller's crazy. CW Flash has lightning lightsabers. What season was that in? I've only seen like the first 3 seasons. Kelly, yeah, seriously, they're talking about keeping him around after everything that's happened, after everything that's come out in the news. I can't believe that. Why? Normally, stuff like that gets blown out of proportion or something, but then, you read about Ezra Miller. No, it's not. No, Ezra Miller's a mess. Like, it was getting so bad for a while in the Discord. We started taking bets about what bar he was going to tear up next. Oh, lightning lightsaber. Okay, creator says lightning lightsabers was in season 7. Okay, I haven't seen that, but it sounds ridiculous. I bet it's going to be fun. We've talked about a lot of different DC Multiverse action figures today. We're talking about some of the movies out there. Mostly we're just talking about what I'm going to review in the future. And obviously Mr. Freeze is on the list because, well, he's awesome. And Catwoman's on the list too. The 2 ones that I'm really thinking about getting are Mr. Freeze and Catwoman. Hush Batman, I really don't want because the proportions on this one are, well, bad. As we all know with the year 2 Batman body. Oh boy, look at that. Oh boy, that just... The legs just don't look right. Like, the upper body looks okay, but man, the legs... What is with the gazelle legs? It was in a fight between Reverse Flash, Barry, and Godspeed. Okay, so Reverse Flash in Season 1 was cool. Season 1 of The Flash was really, really tight. Ironically, I think the Flash's costume keeps getting better as the seasons go on. But I'm not sure about the quality of the show. Lightning lightsabers, though. Oh, I can't wait to see that. That sounds like quality content right there. Robin over here. In the extra content of the Flash movie, it's going to show Ezra throwing chairs. Okay, we're calling this prediction right now. Do you guys think that in the Flash movie we're going to see Ezra throwing chairs? I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty savage though, Robin. Really admirable. Ugh. I don't know if I want to review this one, guys. I know some of you guys are suckers for like blue and gray Batmans. I don't know if I can do it though. Nah. I think I'm gonna skip this one. I just can't do it. I'll probably just do Speeding Bullets Batman instead. I've got so many Batmans I haven't done already that I'll just focus on those instead. I still gotta do Dark Knight Returns Batman. I gotta do Speeding Bullets Batman. I really can't believe they're thinking about keeping Ezra Miller around after all this. Ezra Miller's terrible. I would really just rather have Grant Gustin as the Flash. He's already had a decade of play in the Flash. Just hire him for the movie instead. Make him the DC Expanded Universe Flash. The DCU, they're calling it. Instead of lightning throws, it's going to be chairs. This chat is really getting savage towards Ezra Miller. And, well, perhaps rightly so. Speeding Bullets Batman is so much better than Hush Batman. I know he is. Pretty much every Batman is better than Hush Batman. Guys, let me ask you a question. Why does McFarlane right now insist upon this Batman body for all of his Batmans now? Or, like, not all of his Batmans, but a lot of Batmans. Because I'll be honest with you guys, the Detective Comics number 1000 Batman was better than this Batman is. Miguel says that they'll probably fire Ezra after the Flash movie comes out, but it's amazing they're still part of DC. God, I remember Flashpoint on the Flash television series. The Flashpoint that they presented on the television series was kind of lame. It made Flashpoint kind of a footnote. It wasn't right. Didn't do hardly anything fun with it, like the comic book series did, but then again, DC is kind of stingy with their portrayals of Batman. Creator says that they like this Hush Batman, but as of now they prefer Rebirth design, and well, I'm right there with you. The only reason they didn't cancel the movie was because of Daddy Keaton, and rightfully so, because Michael Keaton is the correct Batman. Michael Keaton is the correct Batman, and more people need to realize that. The fact that his appearance in the Batgirl movie wasn't enough to clinch the deal is insulting. Batgirl should still exist for the simple reason that Michael Keaton plays Batman in it. I don't care if he's 70 years old. He can keep playing Batman as long as he wants, because he's Batman. That's my hardline take right there. Michael Keaton is the right Batman, and he'll be the right Batman until he can't move anymore. Eddie says he really likes the color tones on this Batman. Yeah, the colors look good. Actually, all the design work looks better. Miguel, who plays the better Bruce Wayne, though? Michael Keaton. Zero hesitation. Marvel left a sour taste in Keaton's mouth after the Morbid Time stuff. Yeah, I guess I would too if I had to be in Morbius. I can't believe they brought back Michael Keaton for Morbius. Did everyone see Morbius? Like, the post-credit scene on Morbius didn't make any sense. I didn't get it. Like, all of a sudden they're talking about forming some kind of evil team or something. Or why is Morbius even teaming up with the Vulture? Because the whole time Morbius has been like this good guy in the whole movie. And then all of a sudden he just wants to talk to the Vulture? I don't know. I wonder if they would have done the same to Christopher Reeve. Brought him back? Well, it would have been very difficult to bring him back. Well, we all know that story. The post-credit thing is the only thing that you saw from that movie. Well, that's the only part of the movie that's even any good, because the rest of the movie is awful. The only way to watch Morbius is when it was being aired on Twitch and people were just memeing it constantly. Kelly, does everyone remember the hate Tim Burton got for casting Michael Keaton? I remember reading a bunch of stuff about the hate that Michael Keaton got, and it turned out that Michael Keaton was a great casting choice after all. It's like when Heath Ledger was initially cast as a Joker and everyone was making fun of him. You can't use Brandon Routh as a stand-in for Reeves Superman. Brandon Routh is a terrible actor. Like, he vaguely looks like Christopher Reeve, but he's a bad actor. He can't act. And Christopher Reeve was a great actor. Like, the dude literally studied at Juilliard. It's no comparison. Brandon Routh, sorry, can't act. CW level acting, Hallmark level acting. Accident aside, would they have canceled a movie he was in like Keaton and Batgirl? Anything's possible in this day and age. Robin over here thinks he might make this his main Batman action figure. Well, if you can get on board with the oversized nature of Hush Batman, then I guess it'll work out for you. But, you know, I just can't get over the pictures that I saw over on our Discord of Batman standing a whole head taller than Hush Superman. It was too much. Ugh. That's what Bruce Superman was meant to be, the continuation of Reeves Superman. And yeah, I'm saying that it doesn't work because he can't act. Brandon Ruth is a lousy actor. Oh yeah, I remember that, Kelly. Click to disconnect. Yes, he played the Atom on The Flash on CW, and also a couple of those, one of those other CW series. I don't remember which one it was, like Legends of Tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, his acting is CW level, Hallmark level, and nothing more than that. I wouldn't cast him for anything else. You're better off just finding an unknown out there somewhere to play Superman. Preferably someone who can actually act. Someone with, I don't know, some kind of training. Actually, I don't even know if Brandon Ruth has training. I just know he can't act. Oh man, I'm being too hard on Brandon Ruth, aren't I? Maybe. Maybe it's because the last thing I saw him in was that Hallmark movie about the where he had cats or something. It was a Christmas movie. This new upcoming younger Superman is probably going to be an unknown. Yeah, they probably have to do it because Superman is a really iconic character. And you really have to look far and wide and to find anyone who's going to fit the bill. Like Henry Cavill, I never really felt it with him. I never really felt like he was Superman. Obviously, a lot of people feel differently, but after experiencing the charm of the first two Superman movies that Christopher Reeve had, where he so effortlessly transitioned between a perfect Clark Kent and a perfect Superman, it was no comparison, really. Henry Cavill just didn't have it. Was he an unknown before Man of Steel? I don't think so, no. I mean, I never heard of him, but as far as I'm aware, he had a bunch of credits under his belt. Only way to watch Morbius, Stephanie says, is to get a lobotomy. Man, we bring up Morbius and Stephanie still can't. We've moved on from Morbius and Stephanie still can't let go of Morbius. Oh, man. Rob, I envy blind people after watching Morbius. Oh, we got a bunch of treasures right here in the chat. I gotta, like, copy some of you guys' comments because this is amazing stuff. Here, I'm gonna add Stephanie's because this is too good not to add. And then I might add Robin's. Alright, where's Oh, there's Robin's. I envy blind people after watching Morbius. True, though. Oh, that movie was bad. It was so bad. Why would you... Why... it was bad. Sorry. Alright, Kelly says that he mostly did British movies. He did The Immortal. Yeah, he had a lot of credits under his belt, but he wasn't, like, doing a bunch of blockbusters, I don't think. Yeah, what is... actually, Lobo. Let's talk about Lobo for a second. Lobo is probably going to hit the screen sooner rather than later, I think. And I think that Jason Momoa is going to play Lobo because... as far as I'm aware, they've effectively canned him from the Aquaman role, and just straight said, "All right, you're not going to be Aquaman anymore. You're going to be Lobo." And to be fair, I can't think of anyone who would be a better Lobo than Jason Momoa. Seems like pretty perfect casting in my eye. He's got the vibe. He's got the attitude. The dude kind of just oozes Lobo. I don't know who they're gonna pick to play Aquaman, but I mean, it's kind of whatever at this point. They'll find someone fine to play Aquaman. I think Jason Momoa is just a better choice for Lobo. Is it gonna be practical makeup or CGI? Well, I don't know. We haven't gotten that many details. Sony needs to start making good live-action Spider-Man movies. Yeah, true. Stephanie, Spider-Man No Way Home. I didn't like it. The only Spider-Man movies I've liked from Sony recently has been Into the Spider-Verse and, well, probably Across the Spider-Verse. I have to wait and see it, but I did like Into the Spider-Verse. That was easily the best Spider-Man movie ever. I don't know. I really don't know how people can watch Into the Spider-Verse and not see it, and not see that it's the best Spider-Man movie ever, because it was everything that No Way Home was trying to be, and failed, that I thought. Kelly says he'll be a great Lobo, but he shouldn't have been Aquaman then. No, I probably shouldn't have. Collect the disconnect. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, it's an unpopular take of mine that No Way Home is a bad movie, but I watched it. I heard a bunch of the hype, and I couldn't get on board with it. I just didn't think it was all that great. It was okay, but I just wasn't feeling it. I think most of the love for the movie is just because Andrew and Toby showed up. And Willem Dafoe was the most overrated villain I've ever seen in an MCU movie. But to disconnect, hopefully the next trilogy will be better. Is Tom Holland still attached to do another trilogy? Considering how bad Uncharted was, I wouldn't be surprised if he's attached for another trilogy, because that's his bread and butter at this point. Squandered Toby and Andrew could have been a Penguin tier, yeah. Into the Spider-Verse did the whole multiverse thing so much better, and it was so much more fun. And it was a Miles Morales movie, too. Like, I didn't even know that going into the Spider-Verse, that it would be a Miles Morales movie, but it was a Miles Morales movie. Miles Morales is the main Spider-Man of that movie, and it wound up being the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. It was better than the Tobey Maguire films. Unpopular opinion? I don't know if that's unpopular. I mean, Miguel, I don't care for Tom Holland as Spider-Man either. Tom Holland is a terrible Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was a much better Spider-Man. In terms of live action, the best Spider-Man movies, live action, are the first two Tobey Maguire movies. No Way Home is the Diamond Slick Miles Morales of the MCU. Oh boy. Oh boy. Maybe next week we need to talk about Diamond Select stuff, because I have been meaning to talk about Diamond Select for the longest time, and it just never seems to happen on my regular long-form content. But, you know, when we come on stream, I'm able to talk a lot more about stuff that I've been meaning to get around to. Andrew was your favorite? Man. I thought Andrew's movies kind of sucked. Well, Amazing Spider-Man was alright, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 was awful. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Boy, that movie was hard to get into, though. I kind of like the Lizard one, though. The first Andrew one was fine. But man, they really jumped the shark on number 2. You just picked up Diamond Select Vision. Alright, maybe next week... Yeah, maybe next week we should talk about Diamond Select stuff. So, I can finally get that done. And then maybe the week after that, maybe we'll do another ranking thing, because we haven't done that in a while. I've just been taking a break from it because, you know, it gets to be kind of exhausting. Kelly says you told all your friends to watch Into the Spider-Verse and everyone loves it. Yeah, I know, it's so good. And here's the thing, too, like, it's really hard to find it on streaming anywhere. I'm kind of tempted to get a physical copy of it. Like, I had to record it on Sling a while back just so I'd be able to watch it. I don't know why they insist on not showing Into the Spider-Verse, because as far as origin movies go, man, it was solid. Sony is itching to... Oh my god, are they really? Please don't make another streaming platform. The last thing I need is another streaming platform. Come on, man. Every place wants to make their own streaming platform, and it's too much. Not every place needs their own streaming platform. We have an oversaturation of streaming platforms right now. Can't watch any Spider-Man movies anymore, Collected Disconnect says. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, Stephanie, Diamond Select are kind of hit and miss, but overall I generally like what they do. There are some bad ones. We'll talk about those next week, though. Like, right now, I'll tell you about all the streaming services I've got. I've got HBO Max, I've got Paramount Plus, I've got Netflix, I've got Hulu, and there's no reason for Hulu to really exist. I mean, you might as well just combine Hulu and Disney Plus into one service at this point, because they're essentially the same. I mean, they're both owned by Disney, so what's really the point anymore? What else? You know, there's miscellaneous free services, which are not as bad. If they're free services, it's not as bad. But then I also have Peacock, because, you know, I like watching wrestling and stuff. And then, you know, HBO Max is one that I'm probably going to cancel in the near future if they keep hemorrhaging content, because who needs it? Hey, congratulations, Chinese Rock, on getting that Eradicator. How do you like him so far? Is he any good? Hulu and Disney actually cost more bundled than they do by themselves. I noticed. You canceled HBO Max? I don't really blame you, Honor Guard, because they're getting rid of all their content. And Hulu, it's okay for certain things, but it's really not that great of a service. Oh, it's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, I was talking about this Hush Batman and how badly I really want him. And I don't know if I'm personally going to review him, because I'm just not feeling it that much. But I am going to review Knightfall Catwoman at some point, or at least I'm planning to. I don't want to make any promises, but I am planning on doing Knightfall Catwoman, this one right here. And I am planning on doing Mr. Freeze, who I think is getting a bad rap among toy reviewers, because I'm looking at him, I say, you know what, he's pretty cool. Now, he might be worse in real life than he is in the photographs. It's always a possibility, but so far, I think he's pretty good. Been hearing some things about his head movement that have kind of disappointed me a lot. Eddie says the ads kill you on Hulu. Yeah, the ads on Hulu are a bit much sometimes. They have so many of them. They have too many of them. It's like you're watching YouTube, man. And YouTube already has a lot of ads. Oh my god, allow me to break the ice. My name is Freeze. Learn it well, for this is the chilling sound of your doom. Does anyone watch that movie recently? I haven't watched that movie in like a decade. Now I kind of want to, just to hear some ice puns. People say she looks like Demi Moore. Who, Catwoman? Wait, let's take a look at that. Does she look like Demi Moore? I don't know. Maybe the comic book version was modeled off of Demi Moore. I don't know. Here, let's zoom in. Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing. She looks fine, I think. Chinese Rocks over here says, I'm a longtime Legends fan, but recently coming around to McFarlane. These figures overall are getting better and better. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think that McFarlane had a rocky start, but their output is getting better over time. Obviously, they have some misfires, but, you know, that's the same as any other toy line. They can't all be winners, unfortunately. And if they're not winners, I'm certainly going to be here to say so. It's the jawline. Yeah, I guess you guys are right. Oh man, everyone's seeing it. Everyone's seeing a little bit of Demi Moore in Catwoman. You know what? I bet Demi Moore would have made a pretty decent Catwoman back in the day. I could see it. Now? Well, obviously not, but back then? Totally. Well, maybe she could make a good Michael Keaton Catwoman, if Michelle Pfeiffer didn't feel like doing it. I can't believe that they nerfed Michael Keaton's appearances in Batgirl and Aquaman, man. It's disappointing. Now we're only gonna get to see him in The Flash. Can't wait. I don't know. It's hard to get excited about The Flash. What with all the controversy surrounding it. Yeah, I went to see a new live-action Catwoman. You just saw one in the Batman. Come on, oh boy, her name is slipping my... Zoe Kravitz, that's her name. Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman. Actually, what's going to happen with the Batman anyway? Is the Batman going to still be a thing? As far as I'm aware, the Batman is still going to be a thing, and Matt Reeves is still going to be able to do his thing, but, like, is it just going to be disconnected from the rest of the DCU? Because I thought that they wanted to have a shared universe so that they were just wiping the slate clean. Still going to be its own universe. You know, if they're going to wipe the slate clean on everything else, they should really just wipe the slate clean on the Batman, too. Because, I'll be honest, I wasn't that big of a fan of the Batman. I thought the Batman was like a 7 out of 10. Batman and Joker, top dogs, can't be touched. Well, the Joker did bring in more money than any other R-rated movie ever, so I guess I can see why that's not being touched. Alright, you gotta go, creator. Alright, I'll see you later. I'll be on here for about another half hour or so. I didn't hate the Batman, but I felt like the Batman was kind of mid. Oh. You did. Okay, Joker. Okay, Robin. They have a trilogy lined up and have a Penguin HBO Max show in the works. Yeah, I know, but it's just weird because they keep talking about the shared universe and the DCU and all that stuff, and then they turn around and then they release independent universe movies. Like, it's still confusing for everyone, I think, who's trying to approach the universe with fresh eyes. I guess it's just a case of money talks and everything else walks. Yeah. One day Sony's going to do the same with Spider-Man. The IP is going to be separate from the MCU. Dude, that almost happened. Because for a little while there, Marvel and... or not Marvel, but Disney and Sony could not come to an agreement. And they started talking... They said that Spider-Man was no longer going to be a part of the MCU before they worked things out and kept it going. But, yeah, I know it's going to remain different. I think they should just cancel it, though. That's just me. For a while there, they weren't going to have Spider-Man in the MCU, and I imagine eventually they're not going to have him in the MCU anymore. Oh, the Batman wasn't that good. Just get rid of it. Make it again, is what I say. Make it again. Everyone loved that Matt Reeves movie. I thought it was really overrated. It was just okay. But, God, the Joker design was terrible. Like, I really hated the Joker design. It was one of the worst designs I think I've ever seen for the Joker. Have I showed Superboy yet? Superboy is not up for pre-order yet, as far as I'm aware. Old Dirty Collector, how you doing, dude? It's good to see you. Welcome, my friend. Took you a good minute to realize you were a minute behind from live. Sometimes it happens, Robin. Lo siento. Sometimes you just gotta push that. Sometimes you just gotta push that counter forward a little bit to get yourself there. The Batman was amazing. Yeah, I guess it's amazing if you like mid movies. Oh! Rewind coming for me later. He's gonna be mad. Oh, he's already mad. What am I saying? He's not gonna be mad. Kelly, when are the Dark Knight figures coming out? I think the Dark Knight action figures are coming in like quarter 2 or 3 or something. They're not coming immediately, as far as I'm aware. But then again, you know, McFarlane most of the time when McFarlane reveals something, it's coming sooner rather than later. So it might be coming this quarter. 3-hour movies, automatic greatness. Yeah, I hate that. A movie should not be especially a superhero movie, should not be any longer than 2 hours. Shouldn't be any longer than 2 hours. Like, think about it. A comic book is roughly 30 minutes worth of material. And if you have 4 comic books, that's a 2-hour movie. There's no reason for a movie to be more than 4 comic books long. Kingdom Come Batman looks good. I saw some pictures of the action figures over from China because they've been released in Hong Kong. Oh, wait. We almost forgot about one of the action figures that has been revealed recently. It completely slipped my mind, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm glad I remembered. Let's take a look at Vampire's Batman, because this is a Walmart exclusive that got revealed, and he's not quite up for pre-order yet, but McFarlane has been making some noise about this one. And here's another gold label exclusive. Gladiator Batman. Is Gladiator Batman up? Here, let's find out. I wasn't sure if he appeared on McFarlane's website yet. But maybe he's up here. Okay, waiting, and no, he is not available for pre-order yet. This Batman is, though. This one is a repaint of the Year 2 Batman yet again. Year 2 Batman yet again. This one is DC versus Vampires Batman. Essentially, he's just the same. He's Hush Batman with a new head sculpt. He's got all the same details, not too much that's different. He also comes with an axe, but there's his head. Does it come in black? Why, I believe he's got all of your needs covered, my friend. If a black Batman action figure is what you need, then you're going to be satisfied. Some comic stories runs are for 6 more at a time. Yeah, I know. But, you know, you can probably condense those. 3 hours is a bit much. If it's 3 hours long, it's got to be a really good movie, or else it's just too long. And I haven't seen too many comic book movies that have been worthy of the 3-hour time slot. The Batman just went on and on and on. It was trying to do too much, I think. Collector Disconnect. Watched Babylon Avatar last weekend. Longest 6 hours of your life. Yeah, I bet. Isn't Avatar already raking in $1.5 billion? That's nuts. Honor Guard DC. This Batman and Death in the Family Joker. Great centerpiece for a dentist office diorama. Yeah, if your dentist is a DC Multiverse collector, Toddy Mac has got them covered. Just watch Watchmen for the first time. I have mixed feelings about the Watchmen movie from Zack Snyder. It's alright, I guess. Do I think McFarlane will make Batman Returns figures? No. Almost definitely not. He will make Michael Keaton Batman because he's in the Flash movie, but I don't think he's going to touch Batman Returns. Well, you know, never say never, but I don't think so. I just don't see it happening. Like, the Nolan series is still in people's minds, I think, but, I don't know, it's been 30 years since Batman Returns happened, so it seems kind of far-fetched. Maybe with the new Flash movie and Michael Keaton appearing as Batman, there will be some interest, and it might inspire him to put something out there. At the very most, he'll probably do like a Collect Wave. And, or not a Collect Wave, I guess he calls it Collect a Build. I'm still in the mindset of, you know, Mattel making their Collect stuff. But, yeah, I'll give it a maybe, but probably not. Yeah, this one is a new Walmart exclusive along with the Eradicator. This one should be up for pre-order. He may be appearing in stores already, but this is one that we forgot to talk about, but we're taking a look at right now. Oh, that's a nice detail. The axe has a little bat logo on there. Here, let's take a look at this. Oh. Okay, there's some nice textures on the handle. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more impressed with the axe than I am with the action figure. The best things about this one, I think, are the head sculpt and the axe, but the body, Year 2 Batman! Oh, wait, he's got blood on his fingers. Oh, check that out, bro. Oh, and the gloves are painted a little bit differently too. Oh. Oh, he's got like claw hands and stuff, dude. Oh, okay, his hands are different. Okay, that's kind of cool too. Yeah. Tyler Mack releasing bloody hands at retail. Oh, yeah. He should have gone the extra mile and put some blood on that axe. Yeah, Kelly, fortunately, we are getting a Heath Ledger Joker sooner rather than later. Whenever that collective build set gets released of the Nolan series, yeah. Yeah, Eddie, you cross this Batman in a dark alley, you might not leave the alley. Like to disconnect. Give us origin stories instead of the pearls falling in the alley. Blah, 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 blah. Live action Nightwing. Oh boy, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Maybe in the DCU that James Gunn has planned it'll happen. Seems like he's focusing a little bit more on some obscure characters as well as some established characters. Yeah, I know, old dirty collector. Like, the bloody hands are fine, but guns, nope. It's like someone said earlier, gore? Warner Brothers says, sure. Guns? Warner Brothers says, no. It's annoying. All right, Robin. Well, I'm glad you showed up, dude. It's good having you here. Hope to see you again sometime. We'll be back next week, probably talking about Diamond Select stuff. Specifically Marvel Select, because there's a lot of cool stuff that's happened, and we need to talk about it, because I have not talked about it in a regular video yet, and I feel like I've got a lot to get off my chest. Collected Disconnect says he has the NECA Ledger Joker in his display. How do you like that action figure, by the way? Gavin, hey, it's good to see you, bro. How's life treating you over there? This must be a joke for Todd. 2 uses of the Year 2 body. Think about this now. Ever since Year 2 Batman debuted, the Target exclusive, Year 2 Batman, think of all the times that we've seen it. We have seen... well, there's Year 2 Batman himself. And then, what else do we have? We've got 3 Jokers Batman, which used the Year 2 body. And, you know, it was about as bad as everyone would expect. And then we've got the Bat Family Amazon exclusive that uses the Year 2 body. Again. Specifically, the 3 Jokers version. And then, what else do we have? We've got the Hush 2-pack. We've got the Hush single release. We've got DC vs. Vampires Batman. And now, we've got 6 different instances of Hush or Year 2 Batman out there. Year 2 Batman has effectively become the Bucky Cap of DC Multiverse. The body that no one really likes, but they just keep on using it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Stapler. Yeah, Gavin, I feel like they're trying to push this body as their standard Batman body. And it's just too big. It's too big. Yeah, if it isn't related to Marvel and DC, then I probably don't know much about it. The Infected Superman is the standard for Superman, obviously, because we've been seeing him on a bunch of different stuff. We saw that one on Rebirth Superman, we saw it on Infected Superman, we saw it on that black costume Superman that was released with the beard a while back. We've seen it on Hush Superman too. And by the way, like I've been telling you, a Hush Superman and a Hush Batman standing together, Batman is like a head taller than Superman. They gotta do something about this Batman body. They gotta go back to the drawing board and create a new one, because it's not working. It's just, I've said it like a bunch of times during the stream, but I really want to emphasize this. It's bad. It's bad. Stop making it. Kelly, YouTube Batman is like Marvel Legends Wolverine. He just keeps showing up and no one asked for him. Rewind, shouldn't collectors just stop buying these Batmans? I mean, that would probably show them they should stop using the body. Yeah, which is why I don't want to get any of these Batmans. I don't want to get anything that uses the Year 2 body. You literally just have to stop buying it, because if you don't stop buying it, they're going to keep making it. If they get a bunch of these things gathering dust in the aisles, if they start peg warming, they'll stop making it. But if people just keep buying it, well, they'll keep selling it. I think that's the point that I try to get home to people, is that if you want things to change, you gotta stop enabling them. Like, if you had a bad Marvel Legends action figure, if you have a bad DC Multiverse action figure, don't buy it. Just let it go. Yeah, it's voting with your dollar, because if you just buy it anyway, they're going to see the sales and go, ah, well, these sales figures look pretty good. Let's keep using it. They're not going to listen to all the people complaining about it. They're just going to look at the dollar sign and say, well, I guess we just got these people who are complaining, but all these people are buying it. We're making bank. Sounds like things are pretty good. What's the incentive for them to change if people just buy it, you know? Gavin says that he's really had a ball with the Toy Biz Wolverine. That's right, you bought that brown costume Wolverine from Series 6 of Marvel Legends. That's the one. I forgot for a second that 5 was the one with Colossus, Blade, Nick Fury, Silver Surfer, and Mr. Fantastic. 6 is the one with Deadpool, Juggernaut, Phoenix, Wolverine, Tom Jane, Punisher, and Cable. That Wolverine is probably my favorite Wolverine of all time. I know I gave top marks to the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine from the Apocalypse wave of Toy Biz Marvel Legends, but man, I got a soft spot for that brown costume Wolverine from Series 6. Looks just like the comics. Really good memories of it. Still holds up really well today. Like, Gavin, you were posing that brown costume Wolverine by Toy Biz with your Hasbro stuff. Still looks really good. I like to think I tell the truth, Kelly. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I ask myself, what do you know? Or that's what I tell myself sometimes. Other times I feel like I'm pretty smart. But yeah. Let's see. You would like that Bane if it came with another set of fisted hands. Also, screaming head sculpt, eyes bulging, and mouth streaming under the mask. Yeah, it's a pretty good action figure. Like, there were some issues that I had with Bane, and they're all noted in my review. A pair of fists would have gone a long way toward improving Bane. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't include the fist, because the package as it is for the Bane Mega figure, and, well, let's go ahead and take a look at it for everyone who maybe is not aware of the Bane Mega figure, and honestly at this point I don't know how you could be, because, well, whenever I ask people what their favorite DC Multiverse action figure of 2022 was, they keep saying Bane, 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 even though, you know, we've had streams where we've asked people, what do you think the best DC Multiverse of 2022 is? And people don't say Bane. People say other things. And then I keep having to remind them, well, if you think Bane is the best, maybe show up and vote. Shrug. But anyway, the issue I had with this one, yeah, the Bath one was a kind of a terrible action figure. The Bane Build-A-Figure from Last Night on Earth was one of the worst Build-A-Figures by far. No, he's the worst Build-A-Figure, easily. Alright, so here's my issue with Bane, is that he's got this tube that extends from his arm, but it doesn't really... What's going on here? Like, how is this controlling the pump on his back? Because it seems like this should be some kind of wire extending to the backpack that he has on. Articulation is pretty much a statue. I mean, it had armor. It had good arm articulation, good head articulation. The waist had turn on it. He had knee articulation, ankle articulation, but the hips didn't really move around at all. And I don't know why they designed his hips that way. Gavin over here says that you might get the retro card brown suit Wolverine from Hasbro for kicks. Still probably use the Toy Biz one for posing. Yeah, I would be interested to see what they look like side by side. The retro card brown suit Wolverine. I think that one was like a Marvel Superheroes release, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. It's fine. It's fine, Stickler, because that, you know, that Bane that was done on the Last Night on Earth series was really, really bad. And it really deserves all the hate that it gets. Because on my Bane, the hands fell off all the time, too. You couldn't pose the hands at all without them falling off. You couldn't even move the legs without them falling off. So he's essentially a statue at this point, which is... It's too bad. Because the sculpting is really good. And generally I can get him to do a lot of different things. And if I'm not... Like, I could get him to move his legs around a fair amount, but if you try to do anything too much, he just falls apart. And I tried contacting McFarlane's customer service about it, but, you know, they never responded. And that's one of my biggest criticisms of DC Multiverse right now is their customer service. Their customer service is garbage. Like, how do I email McFarlane Toys and show them photographs of the product that I got that obviously doesn't work and just not get a response? I don't know, man, but they gotta do better. Like, they're releasing okay toys, but I know that if I contact Hasbro, I'm going to get a response. Not so with McFarlane Toys. Why? Like, I get an auto response, it's not the same thing. An auto response isn't customer service. And if you're going to release these, and here's the thing about the Bane Build-A-Figure. Okay, we're talking about the Bane Build-A-Figure now. I know we're kind of getting into it. Is there like a box set around here? Okay, I guess I can't. I guess they don't show the Bane Build-A-Figure on McFarlane's website, but there, we'll just talk about the Build-A-Figure and throw it to the wind. NECA, as far as I'm aware, NECA is pretty good about replacing their products. You know, even though they have some fragility to their toys. McFarlane customer service replying to photo. Look at photograph. Every time we do it, makes us laugh. Yeah. Their customer service is a joke. They ask for photographs in the auto response that you send to them, and then they just never respond. At least they've never responded to me. People have said that they've gotten replacements. I don't know how. I would like to know how, because I would have liked to have gotten a replacement for my Antler Swamp Thing, as well as my Bane from Last Night on Earth. Like, that really sullied the reputation in my eyes. Like, I have to look at them through side eyes now because of those two releases, because they were so bad. As well as Year 2 Batman. Year 2 Batman, Last Night on Earth Bane, and Antler variant Swamp Thing were the worst DC Multiverse action figures I ever got, and customer service, when I contacted them, should have done something about it, and they didn't. Oh, okay, Gavin had a reply from them once. Once they gave you a $50 coupon for the Year 2 Batman fiasco. Oh, they give you a $50 coupon. I'm kind of surprised you even got a response. I didn't get anything. I sent them pictures even. Actually, Darkfather too. I sent them pictures of Darkfather. Come on, man. Yeah, I sent them... Darkfather, the peg on one of the arms broke because I was trying to put it in the socket. And, you know, the design on the DC Multiverse shoulder joints, when you try to put the arms on, it's a little bit of a... It's a little bit stressful because the arm peg is very fragile, and you try to force it into that hole. You have to use a lot of force because it's so tight. But when I did it on mine, the peg just snapped, and I was really mad about that. I was so furious. and I tried contacting McFarlane Toys about it. I wanted to get, like, I just wanted to get a replacement arm. I wanted to get a Dark Father. I wanted to get something for my money because I spent $100 on this set. I spent $200. $200 getting Last Night on Earth and Dark Father. Oh, okay, Old Dirty Collector got a reply? Why am I not getting a reply? It's because I'm famous? Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't get a reply about Bane, and then I made a video about it. I made a video about the Last Night on Earth wave, and I just let him have it. Because I gave him a chance to correct the mistake. But, yeah, exactly. McFarlane should be paying me for that garbage Bane. I mean, that was embarrassing. I was so mad about that. I was so mad about that wave that I wound up praising Mattel, and Mattel is not exactly known for great output. Their DC Multiverse stuff is like, it's okay here and there, but it's overall not that good. But one thing you can say about Mattel is that their Build-A-Figures, they stayed together. They worked. They functioned. Oh boy, bringing back some memories now of all that. God. You know what's funny is that people think that I'm soft on McFarlane. Does it sound like I'm soft on McFarlane right now? Because it doesn't feel like I'm soft on McFarlane. Boy, have I got some choice words for McFarlane. I've had some people accuse me of having a bias toward DC Multiverse, and I think it's safe to say that I don't have a bias, or at least not much of one. I try to minimize it as much as possible. I'll tell you all about the bad stuff all day long on McFarlane's DC Multiverse. Don't you worry, guys. Oh boy, I'll tell you some tales. Woo, boy, there's some stinkers in DC Multiverse. Sometimes I kind of wonder if I should have done a video where I talked about the worst DC Multiverse action figures of 2022 instead of the worst things about DC Multiverse in 2022. I'm glad that I made the video I did, but, you know, there were some bad action figures released, man. I don't know. I thought it was more interesting the way I did it than... Because usually when McFarlane releases something bad, it's because the functionality is in the toilet, as opposed to the sculpting. Yeah, I agree, Stapler. A lot of people hate on McFarlane just to hate, and I don't understand it, because they keep saying things like, this isn't a dig at you, but I hear a lot of people saying, his toys are just like statues. And it's like, you can tell they've never handled a DC Multiverse action figure in their life, because, you know, if you handle a lot of these, you can tell they have articulation. They very obviously have it. Is it the same level as a Marvel Legend? No, but they have it. So obviously it's not just like a statue. I mean, 22 points of articulation. Does that sound like a statue? No. But, you know, people just hate on McFarlane to hate because it's popular, and I don't know why that is. You know what I think about the hate about McFarlane toys is I think that a bunch of 6-inch collectors are just mad because Mattel lost the license because they made a bunch of bad action figures for too long. And now that McFarlane rebooted the line and changed it to 7 inches, so now it's in line with Marvel Select and NECA, now those 6-inch collectors are all mad because they can't pose and take photographs of their DC Multiverse toys with Marvel Legends anymore. And I think that's the only reason they're mad about it, just a bunch of 6-inch collectors throwing a hissy fit. See, that's what I'm thinking there, old dirty collectors. Mostly Marvel Legends collectors making those claims. They don't know what they're talking about. And I collect both Marvel Legends and DC Multiverse. I'm not playing this console war games between DC and Marvel. It's silly. Yeah, like, it's a trade-off, Stapler, and you're absolutely correct. Sometimes the articulation, it's iffy. But the detail is next level. And it's like, this is what you're paying for. You're paying for a high level of detail with a decent amount of articulation. Whereas, you know, on Marvel Legends, you're mostly paying for the articulation, I think. The sculpt and detail, yeah, completely next level. Like, we're not even playing the same sport. DC Multiverse is Marvel Legends' most direct competition, but they're kind of playing two different games. Gavin over here says it's funny that you have your Legends right next to your Multiverse and doesn't bother you. It's actually cool because they stand out, making them unique. See, that's the thing. That is a normal reaction. And toy collecting, this idea of only collecting like 6-inch in my mind is alien to me, because I remember a time when we had toys of all different scales. We had 3 3/4-inch GI Joes, and 5-inch superhero toys from Toy Biz, and then we had like the Masters of the Universe stuff going on too, and they were pretty big. I don't remember what they were. I think they were like 7 or 8 inches or something like that. They were kind of huge at the time. They were really big toys. And what else we got? I mean, I've had toys of all different sizes, and I've seen Kenner and Toy Biz make toys of all different scales while they were all released at the same time, without any regard to like scale or anything like that. And I don't remember ever caring that much. And the fact that we got people dedicating so much thought and concern to scaling is completely alien to me. It's like, I can't understand it. Just knowing the history of toys and knowing the scale that the variety of scale that we've seen across action figures over the past 60 years. 60 years? Yeah, like 60 years. That's ever since G.I. Joe came around, we'll say that. Yeah. So when I talk about DC Multiverse and Marvel Legends in the same breath, 6 to 7 inches, it means nothing to me. It doesn't bother me in the slightest to have a collection that has multiple different scales in it, because to me, that's just normal. That's just diversity in your toy collection. Toys are supposed to be different sizes. It makes it more fun. You don't carry over scale. I mix and match different kinds of lines. Super 7 matches well with McFarlane. Talking about Thundercats or Owltown. That's awesome, bro. See? Again, that's normal. It's normal. It's just alien to me to think that I only collect like 6-inch and stuff. Like, I guess I kind of get it because they want to take photographs and everything, and they want everything to scale with it. But yeah, I guess I just come from a different time or something, or a different understanding of what action figures and playing with them was. I don't know, maybe that makes me a boomer collector or something. But downstairs, I've got action figures, all different scales. I've got like 12-inch action figures. I got 10-inch action figures. I got 3 3/4-inch action figures. All those old G.I. Joes with the O-rings. Those are great. That's some of Hasbro's best work right there. And then I got the little Hasbro wrestlers. I have those too, and those are a different scale too. Those are so much fun. Those are like some of the best wrestling toys ever, bro. Love those. Come to think of it, I want to collect some more of those someday. I don't talk about wrestling much on here, but when I do, I kind of get going. And then I've got like Jakks action figures, and those are another different scale. So I got toys all over the map, man, and it's great. Oh boy. Have you showed the pictures of your 80s shelf? I think you probably have, but I think you have, Gavin. I think I've seen it over on the Discord. You found a Space Ghost Coast to Coast figure on a Zorak and Moltar, but the price for them are crazy. How much was it? Out of curiosity. God, I love Space Ghost. I remember watching that show. Oh man, I missed that show. That was a funny show. Actually, it's Oh, wait, is it still on HBO? Oh, man, I hope they don't take it off. Oh, they're probably going to take it off. They probably already took it off. Oh, man. I should have watched more Space Ghost while I had a chance. Oh, no. I'm going to go look later. I'm going to tell you guys in the Discord. I'll let you guys know in the Discord that they took off Space Ghost. By the way, guys, let's just say this right now. If you guys support what I do, if you enjoy the content, please consider getting a membership or, you know, donate some super chats here and there, because like I say, it helps me keep the lights on around here and helps me keep providing the content you love to see. And by the way, your membership comes with a variety of perks such as priority response to comments, early access to videos, members only videos, a members only Discord, as well as members only live streams at the end of each month. Oh, wow. Tracking that down, Gavin. Good luck, bro. He really was, Eddie. God, I love that show so much. I know I keep saying, it's so funny. The only Space Ghost you watched was Coast to Coast with Space Ghost on Adult Swim. Yeah. See, I've watched some original Space Ghost cartoons, and it just doesn't really compare. Like, Space Ghost is fun, the original series, but Coast to Coast is next level. Oh, 125. Oh, wow. That's a lot of money. God, that's. I guess I understand the price. It's, well, you know, it comes with all that stuff, so it's not that bad, I guess. But God, I just see 125 and go. Oh yeah, that's right, Johnny Quest. Oh man, I remember that show. Those were great. Yeah, the toys were awesome. Oh, I never got any of them though. Like I remember seeing them at the store and stuff. Oh, they were cool. Oh, I wish I had some of those. God. I forgot all about the Johnny Quest toys. So that's your wife. All right, get your wife on. I'll tell her. get your wife on right now. Sampler's wife. 125 for Space Ghost Coast to Coast is actually not that bad. I'm sure I was very convincing. Oh man, God, I want to go look at those. I want to go look at those Johnny Quest toys now. I gotta see what's up. I wonder how expensive they are now. Are they worth anything now, or are they kind of just been shifted off to the island of misfit toys? I'll tell you what, guys. Next week, we are going to talk about Diamond Select, and we're going to have some fun doing that. Let me just show you one last shot of Mr. Freeze here. The one action figure that I am definitely going to get out of all these that we talked about today. It's been great talking with DC Multiverse with you guys, and I really appreciate everyone who showed up today to talk about DC Multiverse with me. Really, really underrated line, and I'm glad that we can all have a pretty civil conversation here about it, because you know how the collecting community goes sometimes. Sometimes they just hate on it to hate on it, which is endless frustration for me. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Gavin. No, the Ice Age. Thanks, Honor Guard. Well, that was fun, man. I'll see you guys again next Friday. Same time, same place. We're going to talk about Diamond Select, and then the week after that, we're going to do a ranking stream. Don't know what we're going to rank yet, but we're going to rank something. And I'll let you guys suggest some things to me if you guys want to see anything, and we'll take it under consideration, of course. Anyway, my friends, it's been good. Thanks again. I'll see you guys real soon. With love from me to you, everyone. Bye-bye, guys.